evening, lovers. It's me, your Captain Vasco speaking. We're back for another installment of the Darkside Detective 2, or hyphen or something, a fumble in the dark. Currently, our strategy is to play through this game until we get it done to make sure we finish it in time for Halloween, which may not happen, given how long it took us to complete 1 out of 9 cases yesterday, which is to say, the entirety of a nearly 4-hour stream. I appreciate continuing being at the ready to help in case we go off the rails again. I am cautiously optimistic that for narrative reasons, that case might be a little overwrought and that other ones might be a little more evenly balanced, but there honestly was still like a lot I enjoyed about that. It's just that there were some pretty low lows involved in making it all the way through that case as well. But yeah, because everything's episodic, I think it's probably fine to keep going, whether or not people tune in and out. But, yeah, I mean, I guess the summary that's important, and it is a spoiler for the one case we did yesterday. Ultimately, we did manage to retrieve our ex-partner, Dooley, from essentially the Shadow Realm. I think he was technically in the dark side, the rules of which are still kind of murky, despite the fact that we are named the Darkside Detective. But, like, broadly speaking, the Darkside Detective in the first game seemed to do just, like, a lot of paranormal stuff, but there also was an allusion to there being a sort of parallel spooky universe called the Darkside, that had, like, alternate versions of some things, but also was, like, kind of its own jam entirely. But most of the case yesterday was like a bunch of fan service of cramming every possible cameo into one case, and then also retrieving Dooley. So hopefully from here things are a little more normal, if such a thing can happen. But I think we'll just pick it up and hope that we don't spend another 4 hours on a case that is occasionally frustrating. Also, as I mentioned to those in chat, I tweaked the audio a little bit. I don't know that this will affect the post-production at all, but it might. But yeah, you just give me a shout-out if it's too quiet or too loud. But it seemed, when I looked over the file yesterday, that it might have been too loud, and no one said anything. So hopefully it was fine. I think the YouTube version will be fine also. So let's... Oh, actually, before we get going, I did want to point this out, which I forgot to do yesterday. Hey, Sarah, welcome to the stream. Thank you for the 39-month resub. Glad to have you back, Sarah. Thank you for the resub. So, I was just talking about doing audio levels. And there's this. As far as I can tell, this does nothing. But, so we have audio mode. There's an audio tab. That's what I used to adjust the music to hopefully a good volume. And again, let me know. But we also have audio mode, which I neglected to mention yesterday. Now, we do have normal, right? But we also have slightly better than normal. And then, in addition to that, we have slightly worse than normal, which I think is the industry's standard these days. But then in addition to that, we have music will be piped into your soul cavity, which that seems like that should default to really loud. But if I can be honest with you, just the regular audio, this is... The music you're listening to now, this is the volume that's at, out of a possible this many. So, please trust that I put some effort into finding the correct balance, because it started pretty big sound. But then, was there one more, or is that the last one? Right. We'll hide in your room and hum music into your ears, which is precisely the way that I treated my friend Nick in college. But now back to normal. So I think we should probably leave it as slightly better than normal. I think that actually sounds like a great idea. But now let's play the Twilight Years, which I'm hoping might be like a Twilight Zone send-up or parody or something. But let's find out together, because we're going in blind. And yeah, it is version 6.66. I noticed that as well. Pretty good. Here's our case summary. With Dooley back, we're off to visit his nanny over in Shifty Acres. See, that actually answers one of my questions. So part of last night was, like, looking over sort of a map of the town that we live in and, like, trying to locate a place to contact Dooley. And, in it, there were, like, some locations that were specifically marked as being part of the last game. Some of them obviously recognizable, some of them maybe slightly less so. But then there were some places that weren't, because if you're going to bother to mark that some were, it suggests that some weren't. And I was like, does that mean that those are the places we go in this game? And the answer is at least partially yes. So, yeah, it seems weird that the first thing we would do is visit his family instead of solve a crime, but I guess at the same time he has been stuck in a parallel dimension, so that might be, like, a good idea to just check in. Yeah, that does seem like we're hinting at a Twilight Zone theme song parody sort of thing, so maybe. Ugh, what a day. Yeah, whoever that welcome back party at the station was for must be gutted to have been pulled out of retirement. Dooley, that was a welcome back party for you. For me, then why did we leave? You wanted to see your Nan. I'm such a dork. Anyway, let's go see Nanny. Since the in-game audio is a little different than the title screen, just like at me in chat if it's not good. I don't know. Check out this sign. Stay off the grass and other drugs too. I mean, I'm not sure that's the most pressing. You know what? That's. Is there anything hiding in our car? Because sometimes there is. I'm sorry they didn't reinstate the division, detective. That's actually interesting. So, for one, and I really should have brought this up yesterday, but if we're not officially part of the police force, why is it that we're allowed to continue driving around a police car? And for two, our car seemed pretty run down by yesterday's episode. We must have put in a lot of work to get it back in shape. It's okay, solving normal crimes is important too. At least they paid to get the Popo Moto repaired. Oh, I see. So now we're back with the police department, but we don't do paranormal crimes. Wink. He says, knowing that this town is like, just like Somerville in Buffy. That's the name, right? It's like on a Hellmouth or something. So it's just constantly beset upon by evil forces. She's looking as good as ever. Better than ever. Like brand new. Newer even. I had to fight with the mechanics, but she's the best car on the force now. See, if that were true, then there'd be like a little red bar here, and it would have the voice of the vice principal from Boy Meets World. And we'd be able to, like, jump over stuff and do comedic bits and stuff. I really like Knight Rider, by the way, unrelated to that previous rant. Don't you listen to him, Moto. You're looking sick. He'll come around. Twin Lakes' number 7 retirement home. They're really partial to this joke. I feel like they made it a few times in the first game, and I feel like we've already made it like 4 or 5 times in one case and a fraction of just starting this case. Just the notion that, like, some kind of mediocre place is like the blank's best something in our crappy town. That much you've never seen Knight Rider? I don't understand that sentence. I don't feel like you're young enough for me to understand that sentence. It's probably time to go inside. This place is eerily quiet. Stack of magazines. Stack of tabloids for keeping the residents up to speed on local happenings. Rolling Bones for local pop culture deaths. Classic Rocks for any budding geologists. And Enemy for keeping track of your foes. I feel like that's too specific of a service to be available in a blanket periodical. Oh, they also have coupons for businesses in the area. One place is selling secondhand potatoes. Another is offering to wash all your books for half price. And a third touts hauntings. 3 ghosts for the angst of 1. I love this city. On rock and roll. Oh no, you're having internet problems, Neko. I'm sorry to hear that. But I am glad that there's soup. Did you buy that soup at the soup store when you were buying your clothes? There's a lot of interesting coupons here. I should make a note to cut them out before I leave. Should I? Is that a thing I'm doing? Why do they keep putting fire extinguishers in? Do they feel like it's going to break someone's immersion if there isn't a fire extinguisher somewhere? The one that was in yesterday's case wasn't even functional. Good to see health and safety standards are being met. Old people are for life, not just for Christmas. That's true. True. We made a pumpkin and sausage soup, Sarah? That sounds really interesting. A little offbeat, but, like, probably in a fun way. Like I said, she made her soup at home, but was wearing clothes. Does that count? I mean, it counts for the soup. I don't know, like, where did you get your clothes if not at the soup store? Never go to the West Wing. We know this. Disney taught us. I think she's the other way, Dooley. I always mix up my left and right. The Beast is gonna be upset about this. Ooh, a fun castle painting. I'd love to visit an old castle like that someday. I mean, considering that this very clearly seems to be set in a British fictional town, I feel like that should be possible. Me too, we should book a holiday. Are you not a little wary of holidays nowadays? What? Why would I be? That's the spirit, buddy. I love that energy. It's very Sam and Max. There's the nurse's station, there's a locked room, and a staff room. So we're not there yet. You think this locked room will let me in? Huh, weird. Technically, you get your pajamas from the supermarket, which is known for selling soup. I think that technically counts. Although, properly, the soup store is its own store for soup. If you don't understand this reference, you should just look up soup store on YouTube, because it's genuinely, I think, one of the funniest things that's, like, ever happened. What was the name of the protag in the Scottish game? The Scottish game? Remind me, Demolition? Do you mean, Hobbs Barrow? Hobbs Barrow, okay. Did that confirm it was specifically Scotland? Or should I just recognize that town as being in Scotland? It was Thomasina Bateman, which I remember looking up something at some point that pointed out that Thomas Bateman was like some kind of actual famous archaeologist known for excavating barrows. And I was like, ah, okay. And as a reminder, the voice actress who played Thomasina Bateman is Karlach in Baldur's Gate 3, which continues to amuse me to no end. This looks to be a supply closet, not of interest to us. Not yet. We're gonna need some items at some point. It's true. In fairness, I'm not sure I've seen a dedicated soup store either, but I have seen multiple dedicated alcoholic beverage stores, such as Bevmo, and at least one other one that's not Bevmo, whose name I don't remember. Yeah, Thomasina is Karlach. Look it up! None of those are her room, Detective. Yeah, but that doesn't mean I can't go in there. Oh yeah, I forgot. I need to be like... Oh, I also can't go back now. That's funny. I need to be talking to Dooley on every screen, because for some reason every screen he gets different dialogue. Excited to see your Nan? I sure am. She always fills my little belly hole with treats. Gross. Don't like the way you said that. And she asked me to pick this gift for me up. Oh my, that's... I mean... I feel like this is energy that my mom brings to our interactions. She's like, she told me to get this for myself, and then she'd watch me enjoy it. Oh, I thought you got that for her. My joy is the best gift she can receive. It's a lot of exits to this place. We're here! Should we go to this locked room? Let's not disturb anyone we don't have to. Okay. Nana, it's me, Patrick, and I have the Francis with me. Sorry, boys, it's all a bit manic out there. I'm not opening the door until everyone calms down. Nanny Dooley, it's me, Francis. What do you mean it's manic out here? Oh, all sorts. People swinging from the ceiling, large parties, carjackers, you name it, it's happening. Seems pretty calm to... Oh, no, that does seem a little alarming, if I'm honest with you. Oh. Should we? Yeah, we probably should. Okay, Nanny, leave it to us. We'll find and retire any retirees who are out of line. Dooley, we're not retiring anybody. Speak for yourself. Well, we will look around the place, put out that chair, see what else is happening. I guess there's actually going to be use for that fire extinguisher, eh? I already have a good feeling about this. This feels more in line with what I had expected from this game than the first case. Let's talk to Dooley, though. I can't believe I gotta wait to see her. Oh, that's very sweet. Let's go put out that There. Oh, it's already done. Oh, somebody put the chair out already. Super. Hello, receptionist. Is it safe to come out yet? Maybe. I'm not actually sure. It's not very reassuring, you know. We're police. Is that more reassuring? Yes. Wait, are you real police or that comedy division Patrick Dooley is in? We're a real department. Not according to... Hey there. Ask her about that burning wheelchair, eh? What's going on around here? Residents are full of energy today. It's proving hard to track and calm them all down. Track them down? Free reign. This isn't a prison camp, Patrick. We don't have location monitors on the patients. Not anymore. Not since the lawsuit. Where'd this here burning wheelchair? I don't feel like this was here the last time we were here. Is this new? I think some of the residents were trying to get some chairs up into the roof. Maybe it's linked to that. Honestly, once things kicked off, I laid down here to wait for help. Or death, whichever comes first. Alright, well, that's a good energy. If you need me, I'll be hiding down here. Alright, let's continue the way we have some familiarity with, I guess. I was a little alarmed by the fact that, like, the cursor was, like, on this big object, and it was, like, painting. I'm like, that's not painting. Self-portrait of the artist, comma, aged boat. That's good, that's very good. Somebody has built a wall and put a note on it which says, no boys allowed. That's you out, so... What is the sentence structure? Oh no, not a laundry room. Didn't we have a really bad time with a laundry room puzzle in the first game? Also, this teddy bear has been in the vast majority of our cases, I think. This guy again. Okay, I think it's time we brought you in for questioning. Got a bear. It's good. Good friend. An off-brand book by laundry powder. Their slogan is, because it's not your clothes you're washing. It's not your clothes you're washing. What? I don't understand some of these jokes. I might not be British enough. Mixed colors. It's like somebody mixed their whites and colors and it all came out dyed. You gotta get those color catchers, man. Literally swear by them. Oh, washing machine. This closet over here does actually appear to be a little haunted. Just at a glance, I'm not jumping to any conclusions, but I think it might be a little haunted. Dooley from Hobbs Barrow isn't a real place. That's not shocking to me, to be honest. I could be convinced that it was, but I think I had sort of naturally assumed it wasn't. This closet is locked from the inside. I can see the key in the keyhole. How odd. I need a newspaper and, like, a screwdriver. It's literally the oldest adventure game puzzle. Probably not literally, but it's in, like, a really high percentage of, like, basic adventure games. So, we're a few cases in, yeah. I just think it's time we talk about it. About your new cat. Oh, placeholder. Oh, say it. Placeholder, Dooley? Look, I'm used to thinking out loud, and normally you're there, even when you're not entirely paying attention. And you were missing. Thinking to myself was too slow, and talking out loud to nobody felt... Well, I think people at work were thinking I was losing my mind. So I got a cat. And you named it after me? Her. I named her after you. Don't make a thing out of it. You missed me. You missed me. Dooley, I spent a year searching for you. Of course I missed you. It's not as much fun when you outright admit it. The funny thing about that exchange to me is he says we're a few cases in. I'm like, we're on case 2. Is face interesting? Makes the place feel cozy. I hear noises coming from inside. Hello? I'm not coming out. Oh, okay, can I... What? Who's there? I'm detective... I said I'm not coming out. Okay, but I can't hear you. I'm giving up on this. Good. Wait, if you could... Can't hear you. Go away. There's no sound from inside. Let's leave this be. Let's not disturb anyone we don't have to. Actually, wait a minute. Can I go out this door, and do I need to go out this door? Yes, and probably yes. You can't come in that way either. I'm wily. That you are, Nana. Gardens or Moor Courtyard, also known as Mort Yard. The last case took a whole year. No, the last case was the culmination of a year of searching. At least that's more or less what the, like, start of the game implied. That was, like, the end of a year spent searching for him, during which time the Darkside Department of the Police Force shut down. I don't think that's the correct element for the fountain to be full of. Am I wrong? Can anyone recall how fountain works? I think this is the guy we were just talking to. I'm equally unable to hear you from this side. I didn't even knock. I heard you getting near. Which is it? You can't hear me or you can't? I have selective hearing. Also, what? I didn't hear your question. I like this guy. Oh, there's a burning mannequin. That's fun. There you are now. There's a mannequin on fire in that fountain. It's too hot to touch. I need something long to drag it out with. Does that fountain topping look loose to you? You know, I didn't think I'd get a whole cross out of that. No? I appreciate the answer to that being no after I've already collected it. Alright, well, I got a cross, so if one of the probs is a vampire, we're all set. You have a bandstand? A bandstand? What a nice thing to have here. They use it for throwing parties and the likes. Usually pretty good fun. Those seniors know how to party. Shed. Aw, yeah, look at this stuff. Can I have hammer? Never met a case that didn't benefit from having a hammer. Amen, brother. Saw? A wood saw, for when you would saw something. I see what you did there. I mean, I saw what you... Never mind, I fluffed it. Oh, I can't have it, but I want a saw. What if a woodchuck could saw wood? This is from Ned's shop. I'd recognize his hose anywhere. I wouldn't admit to that, to be honest with you. People might get the wrong idea. Better a garden rake than a greenhouse philanderer. I don't think that's the end of that joke. Really keep this place alive with plants. It's a labor of love. Better a watering can than a watering cannot. What? I'm just saying I like its upbeat attitude. All that rust reminds me of the push mower we had when I was a kid. Rust came from my pushing it into a lake. I hated mowing the grass. Still do. It was like every time we uncover a spooky mystery, we also find a small room full of unforeseeably useful items. Now, I'm not saying those rooms are to blame for the strange stuff, but the correlation does equal causation. That's just science. I'm not sure that's technically correct. Lightning rod cable. Are we gonna make a Frankenstein? A lightning rod cable runs up to the roof. You are likely to be eaten by a group. Okay, so I have a hammer and a cross and a teddy bear. Kind of in a similar spot to the start of the last case, where I sure do have some items and none of them feel like they solve any immediate problems. That's a great point, Cotillion. I also love that he's just going around carrying this gift he got from... Here, you know what? I'm going to call it now. I'm going to give this game credit and say that by the end of this case, that Chekhov's gift is going to be an item that we need to solve something. Let's find out together. I think you will like the most recent plush addition to the couch, Neko. Oh, we can go in the nurse's station now. We could not before. Some of these lines are red, others are not. Know the difference. It's a good poster, good poster. Ooh, a dictaphone. That looks like Talkboy from Home Alone. I've not seen one of these in a while. Actually, I couldn't ask you for a favor, could I? My batteries are running low and the darn thing runs so slow it sounds haunted. Take it and get it charged, would you? Wait, which is it? Does it need batteries or charging? No idea. I always get one of the detectives who's investigating the place to fix it for me. Are there many other detectives around here? Oh, loads. Old people are shady. The older you get, the less life in prison puts you off. That reminds me of the Brian Regan bit about if you can't do the time, don't do the crime. And just like doing some mental math of like, yeah, I could do the time, let me do that crime. Okay, I got a haunted dictaphone. Can I have much medicine? Hair in a tub. Gross. What's even gross is that you can, and I do, apply it anywhere. Uppers, downers, lefters, righters. Pain meds. There's stuff in here for decreasing pain, increasing pain, and making pain out of nothing. Those last ones are for anyone who crosses me. That's just my rapid cleanse. You know, to keep me regular. No thanks. No thank you. Placebos and an assortment of candy. Pills to help you pee, to stop you from peeing, to get bowels working, not working, and retiring entirely. What about the poop babies? Sometimes you gotta poop baby. Forget-me-nots and remember-me-nots. Wouldn't the latter just be forget-me-nows from Arrested Development? Blood-thinning bandages? You got me, they're useless. Worse than. Entirely counterproductive. But they were on offer, and I can't pass up a good deal. Weird that I'm not... What? I'm sorry, what? An industrial vat of denture gum. Buying in bulk is how places like this stay open. Watch the pennies and all that. Watch the pennies? That's right, watch them. See what they get up to when they think we're not around. Where do they go? Why are they always dirty? Do not fear the listening snake. Let it hear your innermost secrets. That's... I don't know why I like that. I mean, it's very upsetting, but it sure is a way to describe a stethoscope. Stupid information campaign. I'm not letting a listening snake anywhere near me. A year's supply of microwavable hair clips. They were on sale. Buy one, get the rest for free because we can shift these things. Now, I feel like I'm going to need a vat of denture gum, but it's not entirely clear to me why. Stafford? It's locked, and there's a do not disturb sign, and some snoring from inside. Time to go to the east wing, I guess. Rec room. Ah, why is it so loud in here? The fact that it's not actually deafening makes me think that I have perhaps correctly set the audio. Echo says, yes, tell my snakes your secrets. They're great listeners and they don't gossip. Do your snakes know a lot of secrets like my Squirtles? Bro, it is good, isn't it? With every song I amaze myself. I said loud, not good. You love this set? Me too, my man, me too. What? That's not what I said at all. You're right. It is Christian dance. You've got a good ear, much like my co-writer, God. I've heard of Christian rock, but not Christian dance. Well, they say God is a DJ after all. Couldn't turn it down, could you? Of course I couldn't turn it down. DJing this sudden and unexpected party was too good an opportunity to play some tunes from my new album, Irreverent. Oh, that's pretty good. That's good. I don't care what music it is, I'm deaf. I just like the vibrations in my footsies. I mean, that's honestly pretty legit, right? I feel like that's kind of like a real thing. I know it's like supposed to be a joke, maybe. Keeps my insides loose, if you know what I mean. It's gonna be a lot of poop jokes, huh? Sadly, I do. My bowels! It keeps my bowels loose. Yeah, no, I got that. For doing poop... And please stop. Chandelier Grand. And of course her name is Sia. Always wanted to try swinging when my husband was alive. I don't think that's correct. The disco lights, they seem screwed into place. Can I have a super soaker? You still have your super soaker with you? Wait, should I recognize one of these characters? Oh, there was like a zombie case last time. And this guy, I honestly thought the, like, Reverend died in that. I didn't remember what happened to him. Oh no, wait, did we, like, convince him to, like, travel abroad or something? I don't know. Oh, so yes, hello Haggis, welcome to the stream. Brother Broseph, after what I saw last year, I don't travel without it. Would you ever part with it? And be left alone with all these nearly dead people? What would I do if they all... What's a bodacious way to put it? Converted to the Church of Zed and turned into mushheads, bro. No, I only ever part with my god cannon if I had a suitably divine replacement. Like this cross? It's dangerous to go alone. Take this fountain cross. You sure, bro? You're the priest. What chance do any of us have if you're on the fence? You got me there, my dude. Big G will keep me safe. You can take my soaker. There we go. It's kind of a lateral move because I don't know what to do with the super soaker. Maybe put out the... Oh wait, can I just like take the fire extinguisher maybe? Also, I'm pretty sure I was doing a surfer voice for this guy last time, but now that he's DJing, I feel like he needs the guy from Disco Elysium voice. Why are these speakers so big? It seems like overkill for such a small room. Bro, don't be so ableist. Some of these people are hard of hearing. DJ desk is in the way. Can I get you to budge a little? No can do me, amigo. I'm halfway through this set. I can't just pull out, not before finishing. Man, the dialogue. It's very deliberate, huh? What do you have to say, Dooley? Can't wait until I'm old enough to have all-day raves. You know what? That's true. I think the window's broken. It's clearly nighttime outside. Sad daisies are my favorite kind of flower. You know what? I honestly feel like the first case was missing a second perspective. I feel like when we had Roxa with us, she like just didn't offer that much to the conversation. Much like most of my first dates, Hachicha. Dining room. Intruders! Bugger that for a game of darts. I'm not letting them stop our fun. Agreed! This is a peculiar way to have fun. Yeah, I think it's the same Surfer Bro priest because he had a super soaker and referenced the fact that we were aware he should have a super soaker. I just kind of forgot about him. Today's menu just reads anarchy. That also reminds me of a Brian Regan joke. And I'm having seconds. At least they had the sense to move his kitchen trolley away before they started their water fight. Not so. I was skateboarding on it earlier and crashed it over there. What's interesting is we haven't come close to even a theory on why everyone's acting out. It's like, this could just be the way this normally is, but everyone's sort of acting like that's not true. Let's turn that fan off. I did it. Are you proud of me? I don't know what that accomplished. What's going on here? A water fight, obviously. You safe up there? The slippery chair and my vertigo say no, but my heart says why not? I like that she not only is standing on the table, but put an additional chair on the table to stand on top of to increase the risk factor for negligible value. Put down that balloon. Make me, copper. Don't make me come back there and disarm you. Detective, even I know we can't go around tearing off people's arms. Try and stop me. Guess she wants to live like that grandma on the chair throwing water balloons. You could do worse for yourself for sure. The fridge has a timed lock on it, like that safe in the case that we started but haven't finished in Raincoat. No fair. Older people, and also me, need the freedom to eat whenever we want. These bug zappers kill more harmless insects than harmful ones. They're banned from all the Blood Wolf campsites. Also, we can't afford them. Mulch. Just add liquid. Doesn't even need to be water. The specificity of that makes me think it should be an inventory item, but apparently not. A distraction jar. If somebody is interfering in the kitchen, just ask them to open it. Does not open, guaranteed. Can I have that? That sounds like a useful item. First tin is prunes, and the second one is prune juice. Mom always said don't go running with scissors. It's just as well we don't have move animations then. Received scissors, but not knife. Obviously, that would be a bridge too far. Do you use stainless steel dishes here? We use those at camp, too. Mostly because they survive food fights. But also mostly because Emily can't burn them. What are the other plates made of that she can burn them? An assortment of kitchenware. Kitchenware? Like stuff you'd wear in the kitchen? No. This stuff isn't even the right shape for wearing. So why is it called kitchenware, then? I'm not the bad guy here, detective. I got pots and pans, which is not... There are several items in this room I expected I might be able to pick up, and an assortment of pots and pans wasn't that. An industrial strength blender. There's nothing this can't turn into soup. That sure sounds like a challenge. I don't understand. Everything here is so clean. Where's the layer of cigarette ash? I feel like Agnes really needs to be let go. Or at least needs to be sent on a course or something. Is Agnes his housekeeper? He's, like, married, right? But I don't remember his wife being a smoker. That might be true. Or no, wait. Is it his sister? There was a case in the last game where we went to, like, a family dinner at a house. Can't remember who the woman was who owned the house. This place is much better. Kitted out then, Blood Wolf HQ. I can't wait till the kids retire and we can turn this into a new base. I mean, you will retire first. You know that. There's 3x3 potatoes, 2x2 carrots, and 4x4 turnips. Seems this press is full of squared root vegetables. That's like almost a joke. I see what you went for, but I'm not sure it actually works. Oh, Agnes is the lunch lady. You're right. Yeah, she was definitely a smoker, right? Yeah. The one at the campground. This place is... Oh, no, I checked it's the extractor fan, though. I like tractors, but like this fan, I've gone off them recently. The bin is empty. I guess the janitor has done their cleaning for the night. This is a reminder to buy milk, garlic, and more garlic. Out front? This doesn't look like out front. This looks like out back. Another fairly large environment. Are all the cases in this game just gigantic? That's a great question, Neko. I mean, good memory for details from the old game for sure. I remember quite a lot, but there's actually quite a lot of characters and little details in the first game. Which I touched on yesterday, which is why I was like, I'm not committed to matching the voice from the last game if the character was a minor one. Box has some medical stickers. Must be getting binned as they expire today. Wow. I don't know what to do with that. This bin is locked. This bin is locked. Need to find a key to check these. Garbage bag? Seems to be random trash from the home. Spooky, ominous door that looks like it belongs in Maniac Mansion? Oh, that's just the one I came from. I was expecting it to be on another side of the screen, and so I interpreted it stupidly. So this is presumably... Okay. Hey! The car! I have a sandwich in the... Yeah, the car, I mean. That's the important part. So this old man is a cheerleader who I presume... Actually, wait a minute. Has he knitted, like, a quilt or a blanket or something that already has the police car? That's, like... That's some quick work. Ooh, drive it like you stole it. They did steal it. I can tell by how they're driving it. Stop that this instant. It is technically a crime. What are you gonna do about it, no wheels? We should call some... Oh, crap, we're the somebody to call, ain't we? I really hate to do this, but is the answer to get rid of the banner? Okay. Well... Leave that noisy screen to its own devices. Ladder? Watch out, you're in the way. What? Your way? What's going on up here? We're jousting. Is that not clear? You should maybe get your eyes checked. Hey, that's glassesist. What are you going to do about it, nerd? I'm going to smash you with this broom. Bring it on. Hold up, but why are you jousting on the roof? Because he's a bounder. It's just not British enough for parts of this game. No way, you're the batty bad boots here. Oh dear, this has gotten very out of hand. These objects might come in handy. You don't expect us to help tidy this whole mess up, right? Right? Can I have the others? Who needs more than one broom? We do, now hands off. I sure have collected a bunch of random junk, none of which immediately seems useful. I will say that my immediate impression is that we are continuing the trend of the game not giving us a particularly clear sense of short-term goals, only long-term goals. Have you actually been trying to get people to wheelchair jobs for years, Neko? Neko says this is the funnest retirement home. I mean, that may be true. It is somewhat dangerous, to be fair. Just as well you had this extinguisher to hand. That was no help. It's a fire distinguisher. It'll only tell you if it's a blaze, an inferno, or some other type of fire. The fire went out on its own. Fire distinguisher? What use is that? As a fireologist, I find it very useful. After all, as G.I. Joe says, knowing is half the battle. Well, that's a reference I wasn't expecting. But then we had a Power Rangers reference in the last case. Surely, though, the other half would be doing something about it. No, knowing is half the battle. The other half is pretending not to know. Classic counterintelligence. Sounds counterintelligent to me, all right. This is the guy who pretends not to hear us, right? Okay. Haunted dictaphone to spook him out of there for some reason? No, I actually don't know why I would want that, to be fair. Is the Super Soaker full? The Bram Soaker, your last line of defense against the forces of darkness. What if we put out the fire? No. What if we use this long broom to retrieve the burning mannequin? Let's get this mannequin out of there before the fire gets worse. Okay. Don't feel like that accomplished much, but I did use up an item. I'm tempted to try and use these scissors to open the gift. Batteries are low. Sounds spooky when it's dying like that. Now, I'm just not sure who would be most thrown off by that. Would it be the DJ? Would the spooky sounds make him think zombies were coming back? This thing is dangerously hot from its time in the fiery fountain. You could bend metal or cook an egg on this. We should get some eggs and test that theory. Do I want to shape these pots and pans in some confusing fashion? Alright, pal. You have fun with that. You sure covered that in pots and pans. Just need a way to reshape them. Like a hammer, I guess? Alright, let's make some armor. Officer is an old blacksmithing name. What? No, it's not. That's not even a name. It's your job. Thank goodness. I was worried you were gonna ask me to do some blacksmith. That armor's vaguely human-shaped. I might be thankful for the protection given all that's happening around here. Where's Dooley's armor, eh? Where's his protection? Oh, this is for somebody else? Ah, kid, I wouldn't be seen dead wearing cookware around this place. I have my cred with the residents to think about. Now, hang on. Weren't you previously upset about the fact that you couldn't wear kitchenware? We have fixed that for you, and yet you're still not pleased? Does anything make Dooley happy? I got makeshift armor. I mean, there are numerous things I could do with this. I'm not actually sure what I should do with it. Exactly, Neko. Now it's kitchenware. I guess I could try using the tape recorder on the DJ. It's in the dining room, right? No, it's the other one. This sounds good, but to really sell it, I need a visual, an apparition, something this noise can come from. Okay, well, at least that's the right track. I don't think it's armor. Can I just put on armor? Can I just put Dooley in armor? Well... Actually, here's a random thought. Can I win the water war and put them off this idea? If it's wet you want... Oh, I don't like that word choice. Look, Mavis, the cops are turning the hose on us. It's like in 43, I feel so alive. Me too. You can have the balloons, youngster. We don't need them for what comes next. Oh, George! Right, how are we getting on with things around here? No carjacker still needs to be taken care of. Taken care of? Like click taken care of? Cause, no, Dooley. Sorry, you cut across me there. I said I'm happy. Don't say it. For some reason, you won't let me say that I'm always down to Dooley. Taking a person for a walk. These oldies miss company and outside, you know? Wait, that's what you thought I meant? What was the click for? The sound the wheelchair makes on the uneven sidewalk pavements of Twin Lakes. Still need to shut down the raid. Narc. And let's end that duel on the rooftop. Or not. Let true love and chivalry sort it out. It's always your solution. Let them joust it out. Detective, you got me. When it came down to the last slice of Dallas's birthday cake, I said, let's joust it out. When my sister told one of us to wash up after dinner, I was all like, I'll joust you for it. I mean, I even tried to joust you for shotgun on the way over here, and you're the driver, so yeah, I pretty much fall back on that solution all the time. It's true, Neko. I do believe that the concern about... I mean, my ultimate concern with the course of action we just took in this room is that grandma up on that chair got wet down there, because as you can see, we got a trickle down thing happening. It's the problem. Nothing else. I don't know what you were thinking about. I feel like I'm at Camelot. Sir Brunner the Senior and Sir Bors the Elder fighting it out, yeah? Exactly! I tell you what, let's solve this case and I'll take you to a medieval banquet this weekend. Don't threaten me with a good time. If one of these cases isn't us going to a medieval banquet, I'm going to be very cross with this game. Finally! Now, was it important for me to turn the fan off? I think I'll turn the fan back on. I don't know what purpose that serves. Can I have these balloons? I honestly would have expected taking a few water balloons to have been easier. That's the problem with expecting. You make an expa out of CT and Ed. Not entirely wrong about that. So now I have some water balloons. I want to talk to this wet old man. That was a hoot. Feel like I'm 63 again. Don't have keys for outside. I guess I could see if somehow the armor is enough to interact with the jousting in a meaningful way. Would this make you feel safer? Not quite the protection I was looking for, but I guess it makes sense. And I was doing like a... Yes, thanks! At least now I'll be safe while they fight over who sent me both parcels. Wait, you got 2 parcels? Yes, and a love letter and also some roses. I only sent roses. I only sent a letter. I'm starting to see what's going on here. So you both sent me something? I think we might have misread the whole situation. Me too, so you don't want us fighting for your affection? Well, not physically, no. Would you rather come for some tea with us instead? That does sound a lot less dangerous. Huzzah, down it is then. How does one get a wheelchair down from here? Alright, how are we getting on with things? The old carjacker still needs to be taken care of, and the raid. Well, that was honestly easier than I expected, but then again, so was the previous thing. Splash. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do with this bear. These creepy little bears are pretty popular, huh? What do you mean? We see them all over the city. Okay. What, Dooley, they're everywhere. I even found one in the vents in the mall last Christmas. What were you doing in the vents at the mall? Dooley! I'm kidding, I'm kidding. Still never seen this bear before. I mean, I can't help but feeling as though I'm supposed to, like, scissors the bear, but I don't really want to do that if I don't have a reason to. Why do I need expired medical stickers? Stickets? Sock and boppers? Can I just, like, put stickers on this medicine? I can't help but feel like I'm gonna assemble some, like, really confusing spooky creature by, like, assembling a bear and, like, a water balloon and a tape recorder. It says, I think if you leave the fan on in the water balloon room while they're wet, they'll catch their deaths of cold. That could happen. But it's weird that the game doesn't suggest one way or the other is of any particular significance. I have a good feeling about it, Nego. I think that in your old age, you'll have multiple suitors wheelchair jousting over you. I feel like that will definitely happen. I mean, considering that you're already pushing for wheelchair jousting, I feel like people will just know that about you by the time you reach that age. Oh yeah, there's this whole situation. But this is still locked. Can I use these stickers as the paper I need to do this trick? No. I need, like, a flat thing to put under the door. The scissors might act as my poking implement. Is this... No, this hasn't changed yet. It's true, we do all know that uninflated balloons are dead worms. We also know a thing or two about ceremonial breath. Do we need to do something with the wheelchair? No. So neither of you really gives a hint, huh? Can I just, like, stab this guy? Would you like a bear? Would you like a bear? Actually, I don't think it'll do anything, but, like... No, the car is the same hitbox for him. Okay, just making sure. I guess as I've had so many suitors since my husband left for the war with Troy, honestly become a problem. Did your husband go on an odyssey as well? Would you say? I mean, frankly, I'm kind of tempted to try and make soup out of something with this blender. Wet soup? Bear soup? Scissors soup? That's a real testament to will it blend. Confetti soup? So, I feel like I'm expecting to get the keys to the garbage bins from the staff room after somehow flagging that state to change. Which probably requires further progress, because I don't think there's an obvious other thing to do. Just had a weird thought. These don't actually look all that full. Denture gum? Maybe I could transport them this way. Get your balloons away from my bargain vat of denture gum. That costs too much to just be giving it out willy-nilly. That's really not the response I was expecting. Kill her and take the gum? Give her a teddy bear and take the gum. Did you bring any spare pharmaceuticals from the precinct officer? No, the evidence room door is still buzzed from last year. Dang it, it's back. So nobody leaves anything good in there anymore. So you can't go around giving out evidence. Waste not, want not, detective. You can't brush that off as a cheery do-gooder task. Don't blame me, I didn't break the lock, did I? That doesn't excuse who broke the lock, detective. There's nothing to do with you who broke it. I did, but only because you let the gremlins loose. Now you're changing the subject. Now I've forgotten what we were talking about, to be honest. Oh dear, you'd better just try not to remember nurse's orders. What's her deal again? This lady, I mean, she asked us to restore the batteries on this tape recorder and is stopping us from stealing this denture good. That's mostly all I know about her personality. To my recollection, this is a new character to this game. But it's just implied that there's a past history. Yeah, I noticed that too. Isn't that weird, Neko? That, like, now one of our default, like, I'm not doing that thing you suggested quips has to do with throwing out his hip, which is like, I don't know if that's specifically because we're here or just a weird coincidence. I have a dumb thought. I actually don't think that there's any way for this to be actionable, but I'm just gonna try. I cut the, like, lightning rod thing? Is it implied I'm supposed to climb down this? I can see into the garden from up here. I'm so impressed with you both, getting your chairs, these brooms, and me up to the roof. Oh, shucks. They say lightning never strikes twice. Well, tell this building that. Poor thing has hit at least once a storm. You could feel it shaking in the fear on stormy nights. I don't understand this. I don't understand the purpose of this in scope of the game. It doesn't feel like it has a purpose, but like it's such a specific detail to not have a purpose. I already took one of the brooms and used it, and he said I didn't want two, but maybe I can take a new one now that I used one up. No. Same response. Are these locks so bad that I can cut them open? Actually, can I cut the trash open? No. Okay. Can I fill these balloons with an entire garbage bag? I don't feel like I have anything to make a spooky apparition, which the game implies I want to do. But, like, it's weird that I don't feel like I have any of that. And these stickers feel, like, weirdly useless. Why did did you have this banner ready to go? In a place like this, you have a lot of free time. And banners for all sorts of goings-on. Can I have it? No, I needed to cheer them on. Huh. Do you have anything else to tell me? No. Will this Nan give us any useful advice? You have to combine spooky noises and bear. I mean, it's possible, it's just... I had considered it and had been avoiding cutting the bear. I don't want to do that. I want to cut the bear. Also, like, a bear isn't spooky to anyone other than me, who's seen it at every paranormal site. Oh no, it actually isn't that. These aren't even real scissors, they're safety craft scissors. I could just about cut paper with these. That's good to know, I guess. Do I cut the stickers? Is there any other remotely paper-like thing I might need to cut? Make a phone call? Now why would I pay for a phone when there's already one right here? Oh, this is just a mess. Mess is just a sign that fun was had. I don't feel like there's any further use of this room other than maybe the fan, but I don't know what purpose that serves. This is not interactable. It's the true Neko. Even safety craft scissors can't be bought in the UK without an ID. That feels a touch extreme, to be honest. Do you have more dialogue options? Oh, you do! Pastor, I haven't seen you since you flew off the tower. Bro, you would not believe. I forgot to install air brakes on the hang glider, so I flew way over my house. I ended up on the far coast. I figured it must have been Big G's will. So I decided to do some missionary work. Missionary work? Here in America? Now, hold on, please. This game cannot be trying to convince me that it's set in America. There are way too many Britishisms in this game series for me to even pretend that this game takes place in America. If this is supposed to be America, it's an even less convincing localization job than Phoenix Wright. Come on. It's what the Lord wanted, maybe. It was easy work at least, and it paid for my bus hang glider ticket home. Praise the Lord. What's going on here? Dude, bro, everyone here is off the hook, both in terms of mannerisms and also in terms of having no responsibilities. But they were all far too old to know how to work the gramophone, so I offered to help, and hallelujah that I did, because I've never had an audience so happy with my Christian dance tracks. Do you feel safer now? I've the Lord's tool in my hand. The holy shaft of his crucifix is pulsating energy. I am ready for whatever comes my way. Will we turn off the music? Broseph, look how hard these people are dancing to my tunes. I can't turn off now. I couldn't leave unless it was an emergency. Everyone's acting oddly. There's fires all over the place, and the residents are putting themselves in harm's way. Those are all emergencies. Those are police emergencies. I mean like a spiritual emergency. Like a crisis of faith or a possession. Yeah, alright. I'm sure we can sort out a crisis. Possession! It has to be that one! Dooley, we can literally phone in a crisis of faith. Fake possession. We can have him out of here in 5 minutes tops. Faked possession. Think how much longer this will mean before you get to see your Nan. Why is this sung? Nana loves a fake possession! Fine. Yay! I mean, that makes it slightly more obvious, I guess, what I need to do. But the resources I have still don't feel like they point toward a possession. Just had a thought that's not helpful. Is this somehow possibly the door in the laundry room? It might explain the weird light, but if that were true, the weird light under the door should be changing colors. And also, at least in a two-dimensional sense, it doesn't seem like the doors line up geographically correctly. Nico says she actually had been rejected to try and buy safety scissors with her student ID, even though they're used by 4-year-olds at school. I mean, that kind of makes me think of how, at least here in America, you have to present an ID to buy, like, cough medicine because it technically has an ingredient in, like, hard drugs. And, like, they assume you're just gonna, like, break bad or whatever. But, like, it's also cough medicine for when you're sick. Riddle me this, Cotillion. Do I need a hint? Is it something so esoteric that must be done next that I am unlikely to do it? Is it along the lines of, like, give VHS tape to receptionist, wait a minute, then talk to the squirrel? I feel like I should be able to do something with this blockade, but, like, doesn't it seem like it? I don't know why. I really want to fill this with dental goo. Let's see me notice the thing I need to do yet. That sounds pretty likely, considering the fact that I don't immediately know what I should do. So it seems likely it's something I haven't cared about. All the rooms with lights on are things I shouldn't interact with or, like, don't have justification to interact with. What a cute fountain! The fire is still disconcerting. It gives character, I think. Ivy. Thank goodness for all this ivy. Do I need some? Do you reckon it's poison ivy? Do I need to cut it? Do I need to make spooky ivy sounds? I hadn't really noticed the ivy. It's interactable, but it's not... It doesn't seem to be meaningful. I'm still perturbed by this lightning rod cape. Also not entirely sure why there's a whole bandstand. Now that I've moved around some, can I pick up any of these items that I couldn't take before? Yawn, no. Answer is no. It does appear to be a bound of the world. I don't feel like any of the paintings are relevant, despite their relative prominence. If I cut the Do Not Disturb sign, can I justify going in? Maybe balloon with hose? But the hose is just a hose. It's not hooked up to anything. I don't think there's a spout. If there was, I think I'd be able to pick up the hose, right? Pretty sure that's just a hanging hose. Yeah, I'm reasonably certain that I am meant to fill these balloons with dental goo. I do feel as though there is something I'm missing out here, but I hate this screen because it's really loud and annoying. Can't go right. Doesn't seem like there's any secret hitbox on the car I should care about. You don't have more dialogue options. How is he doing? Do we have hydraulics on it? I've tried scissoring blanket at least twice. It feels like an obvious thing to do, but... At least I'm fairly certain I got the hitbox at least the second time. Yeah. The first time it's possible I clicked it on the guy accidentally, but... Banner, click, no. Banner, click, man. Dishwasher, yes. Can I interest you in some medical stickers? Joystick on car. I mean, I don't know precisely what it's meant to be, but it doesn't have a hitbox. I think I tried scissors on tire while we were talking before, but also pretty sure we'd be stranded here forever. Any insights on trash? That's... the bins are locked to stop Nanny Dooley from dumpster diving. She has a real nose for a find. I was quite looking forward to jousting. Now I'm looking forward to tea. Just going to go out with us both, it seems. I guess you're really never too old to try new things. Thanks for the armor, it solved everything. Since you didn't need it, can I have it back? No, how will I make tea for 3 without pots? Don't pot block me, youngster. I'm not entirely sure if all these word choices are intentional, but I can't help but feel like they are. I'm at a loss here. Doesn't feel like there's anything obvious for me to interact with that I haven't already. Full of unused water balloons. Yeah, I feel like I gotta fill that with weird goo. Alright, continue. I'll accept as vague a hint as you can start with. Just because I've swept the area and I don't... whatever it is, it's still not standing out to me. Checked a few new things and none of them seem to do anything. Not being reception. Do? Oh, now can I do the magazines in a way I couldn't before? Oh, that's dumb but fair. He said he wanted to cut them out later, so now I can take them and make the coupons. In fairness, I did try interacting with this before, and he said he wanted to cut them out later, but that felt like a joke line and not like a puzzle-solving thing, because if it was a puzzle-solving thing, I thought he would pick it up. Magazines are for people waiting at reception. You can't just take them. What would the people I'm hiding from read? You can remove the coupons, but you can't take the magazines. Oh, fine, whatever. Mind if I cut the deals out? Yeah. As long as, 86% or more is left for people to read. I have magazine clippings. Now, granted, this doesn't seem immediately useful either. Anything good? Buy one toad, get a second free. 50% off. Just pick a thing and I'll come over and take half of it away. Free limbs. Cost. No questions. So yes then. I mean, all that feels like that really accomplished is using up my scissors so I can't keep pretending that they're an item. I mean, one of these clippings seems to suggest extra limbs, which is a zombie thing. Do you hate that? No. Buy a toad doesn't seem useful. 2% off. We don't know anyone who's, like, weak to couponing attacks, do we? Is it supposed to entice his Nan somehow? It doesn't seem like it. Are you susceptible to savings? Laundry? I mean, I'm not convinced that these are big enough to go in the gap under the door. Fairly certain I already tried this. Feels like I could very easily slide a shirt or maybe a thin sweater under that door to accomplish my task. You are right. The lady with the denture paste loves deals and talks about them all the time. You're totally right about that. This one, right? Here's some bad coupons. You like deals, right? These coupons of any interest? Oh boy, I love a good coupon, but things are a little too hectic here today for shopping. I can take those deals next week before they expire. And I can't believe I'm going to say this, they're not as urgent as being here for the patients. Well, what if they expired today because of medical stickers? That's an unbelievably esoteric adventure game puzzle. Doctored ha-ha clippings. I don't have time for... Wait, if today's the deadline, I can't afford to wait. Mind this place for me and make sure none of the residents get into the back-in timers. I don't know what that means. Quick, fill these with goo! You received gum balloons! Hey, those are great for repelling cannonballs if One Piece has taught me anything. Water balloons filled with denture gum. We do get up to some mischief, eh? I mean, I know that I wanted that, but only in the sense that adventure games work, and I knew that I could, so I wanted it. I don't actually know why I wanted that. Are there any of these that I can take now that she's gone that I care about? I can't, like, move any further back, and I already clicked on the boxes. Maybe it will stop the car from bouncing if it gets stuck to the ground. Just gotta aim for the wheels. Ah, the car is stuck. That's no fun. Ooh. Guess I should be glad this game is PG and I didn't get flung out the window. Grumble, grumble. How are we getting on with things? We still need to shut down the raid. I would like the banner. Can I have it? I have more if I need them. When I need them. Okay, great. Now... Ghost. No, okay. How to... I wish he would stop. That's making me anxious. And I'll have 6 dozen, no, make that 8 dozen canine rectal thermometers. How different can an animal sphincter be? Become a ghost? I need to jazz the bear up first, really sell this possession. Tape recorder? Oh, apparently you could just unzip the bear, which is not a common feature, which would have been good to know. But when I clicked on it to examine it, instead the game told me a funny tale about how Dooley didn't notice that this bear is commonly in cases. This is another example of the thing I was complaining a bit about yesterday, where it's like, the jokes are all fine and good, but, like, sometimes it would be good if we just focused on, like, the puzzles being solvable. Now the warp sound from... Now the warp dictaphone sounds like it's coming from the bear, spooky haunted noises. And now... it's a ghost. If I tie this to him, I can hang him off whatever I want to get the ghost vibe across. So, like, hang it from... the lights? We shouldn't be ruined if the priest sees me set it up. Might not be the best place to try and trick him. So... then... I don't actually know what that implies, maybe. I have a weird thought, though. It would be fun if I could put it on the fan and make it fly around. It should be fairly secure. All I gotta do now is turn it on and let it work its magic. Now, I can't tell you why this is correct, but it does seem fun. Let's begin the possession. Yay! Ah, demon, call the priest! Ah, my bowels. What's all this scream? Oh no! Just as well I have this crucifix. By the power of Christ, I compel thee, teddy bear! Yes, it's working. We just gotta sneak in now and turn off his decks to stop next door's raid. Ruh-roh. You dare compel me? Bear-lzebub? I don't think that's the correct spelling of that joke, but that's fine. The what now? Back, foul demon, to wherever you came from. You shall not harm these innocents on my watch. Nani? Be gone, I say! No! What just happened? Bro, I am exhausted. Just as well you gave me this. I'm not sure the Super Soaker could have defeated a demon that powerful. I am very confused, but I am glad I gave you that now, also, as well, yes. My main dude, I need to rest after that. I for real don't have the energy to carry on partying. Can you wrap things up next door? Yes, sure, yes, sorry. Still taken a bit aback, to be honest. I don't know, I am not sure how we got here. Understandable, brother child. Take mucho care. You as well. Well, that, happened. We better go shut down that raid. This goes against everything I believe in. Right, let's turn it all off. How are we getting on with things? Actually, I think that's everything. Let's go see Nanny Dooley. Well, we haven't opened the package yet. Maybe we haven't gone in here, even though it was kind of implied that was coming. That poor lady is still wet down there. I mean, at this point, she's had time to change clothes if she wanted to. Has everything out there calmed down? They have. It took a lot of work, but it is winding down. Okay, you can come in, then. You received item, cups of tea. You received item, sandwiches. What? Where did the tea and sandwiches come from? I had time to make a little snack while you were looking into all the rowdy business. Oh, thanks. I am a bit peckish. You know, a normal thing that we say here in America all the time. It's a painting. A perfect likeness. I thought so too. Odd, since I found it in somebody else's trash. Speaking of trash, we also haven't gotten into the trash yet. I don't think we're done here. There's also like 10,000 items in this room. My god. The old country. It was at a perfectly good skull. Is that my credit card? I've been wondering where that went. Is it yours? I can't see so well with these glasses. Just been using it to open sliding doors when people lock me out. You mean your door when you lock you out? I'm taking this back. Be my guest. I'm like the wind. No door here can keep me out. And I'm not sure that's what the wind is like. Always have to have a pot of psilocybin on hand in case I want to trip out of this place. Nanny, is that the yo-yo you told me you lost in the wash? Not the one you're always playing with and constantly annoying me with? Oh, no. I wonder if somebody threw out this creepy eyeless doll. She had eyes when I found her. Then somebody had to learn to keep what they saw to themselves. Oh dear. You heard me. Keep your roving eyes on me, McQueen. If Mystique was so mystic, how come I was able to get this ball from her? Like my trophy collection, I won first place in stealing trophies. More than once, I might add. Nanny taught me everything I know about underground DJing and illegal raves. She's my hero. I had to fight somebody for that leg. Mysterious one-legged man. Were you trying to break out of, like, a galactic prison at the time? Whose ashes are these? Grandpa Dooley? No, we didn't cremate him. Just sort of left him at the side of the road when he was done. No idea who these belong to. I think the name might be Trevor, but it's hard to understand the ghost's constant wailing. They're my ashes now. Deal with it, ghost. Grandpa Dooley. He wasn't even gone when they took this out. We're still married for 4 years after that. I feel like this directly contradicts the testimony that you just gave me. This curse cost an orangutan its entire forearm. Aw, family photo. When's the last time you were all together like this? Well... yeah, this is fine. It's good, just like home, right, gang? Anyone up for a game of sobbing? That's a very good line of dialogue that makes me wish this game was voiced. It is a real game, Buzz! I can't wait to play that again at Christmas! Oh, buddy. My little Patrick, when he was only 16 pixels. There we go. I knew I was gonna get an achievement for all that. I, however, don't actually know what I'm doing. Right, I can leave her place from either direction. Bed springs seem heavily worn. Too much information! Hello, boys. Thanks for visiting. Sorry it's been so long, Nan. I was away on a special mission. That's okay, Patrick. It's not like I'm sitting around this home waiting out my final days or anything. I thought you might be upset or something. How are you? Above ground, thank God. Wait till you hear who died. Not the death notices again. Nan, I don't understand why you love them so much. You know a lot of cranky old coughs. You take the joy in outliving them. Coughs? A lady and choose not to swear. Not because ladies don't swear, mind you. I just don't want to push up the rating. But this game swears pretty regular. What's been going on around here? I don't know. Everyone has been very much not acting their age since the postman came this morning. What kind of post did they deliver? Was it a can that everyone kicked around? Going full Twilight Zone on this one? Nothing unusual, just a few letters here and there, people's weekly magazine subscriptions. That was profoundly unhelpful. You won't believe where I was recently. Where? Trout of this world, that place with all the fished up junk. See any good junk? Say, there was a golden chalice, a rusty sword that seemed to hum ballads, and oh, a bowling ball. Bowling ball? Nice. We've been on a far more exciting journey than that. Not to Nanny. She loves a good old bit of junk. The more mundane, the better. It's true. Why was the bowling ball there? What's its story? Who drunkenly tried to use it to commit a smash and grab at a downtown pawn shop? Was it me? So, I didn't notice it, but I do literally possess those snacks. I thought that was kind of a bit, but I do have those now. And my credit card. I don't feel like I'm any closer to, like, stopping the sword. Oh, closet. Why is this door ajar? Ah, there's a man in there! Wait, that guy looks familiar. Who is that guy? Oh, yes, I should have said. The door was open a bit so he would have fresh air. Ah! How shameless. No hissing at people while you're in my room. Sorry. What do you want to know? Who you? Seamus, the caretaker. I take care of the place. But not in the bang-bang Mafian sense of care. In the men's chairs and Water's plants. Why are you hanging upside down in a closet? Trying to get a nap in? Clearly. Being upside down is for my spine? Convincing. Really? It sounded very dodgy to me. Another very common American expression. This must be a Twin Peaks reference, yeah? Because, Special Agent Cooper? God, it's been a minute. The, Kyle MacLachlan character. Doesn't he do, like, gravity boots in the closet or something? Agreed, I was saying that ironically. See, I'd have gotten that if we had voice acting. Well, see, that's what I'm here for, I guess. I remember you from the motel last season. I mean, he looks familiar, but yeah, I don't specifically place him. Okay, cool. Why do I have this sudden feeling like I've been wasting my life chasing monsters? Man, I'm just a guy innocently hanging upside down in a closet, not a therapist. Can I have these needles and twine? These are my old needles. Do you want them? Little Patrick is always telling me how you like to stuff random things in your pockets. Oh, yes, thanks. Klepto. I mean, it's a little bit the pot calling the kettle green, right? Considering she took a bunch of this stuff out of the trash. I feel weird. Yeah, me too. In there, I wanted to get into a fast pursuit with a centaur or something. Something thrilling. I was ready to give up being a cop and pursue my lifelong dream of not being a cop. It's fading since we left that room. I suspect we need to look into Seamus a bit more. What's the laundry room? This has a not changed. Okay, so 2 thoughts, and I think one of them is wrong. I meant to knock the key out of the closet door with these? Push the key out now, I won't be able to catch it. Right. I mean, just to be clear, you wouldn't catch it with this either, but... Alright, so I have to get paper. But that does seem to suggest that my first instinct was right despite being dumb. My other instinct was to try and pick the lock on the garbage bins with the knitting needles, which seems less likely. More suited to picking a bigger lock. Okay, weird. Yeah, I guess we'll go about trying to break into every locked room now. Yeah, I don't know which ones will be susceptible. What would be... Hang on. Hold on. Can I move this? That's an impressive rig. My underground scene would love to have a kit like this. Pastor Forelli gone to lie down. I can move this desk out of my way. Okay, we can lift it out of the way. What? I'll help. I'm just not into all that stuff you like. You know, physical exertion. All about mind sweat. If you promise to never say mind sweat again, I help. Deal? Deal. Janitor cart? That's the cleanest janitor cart I've ever seen. I think he cleans it after every use. Impressive. I keep my mopping bucket clean by not using it. Same, brother. Paper. I need paper. Should take this in case we need to do weird stuff. Don't try to trick me. I know you're taking it because the printer at work hasn't had paper in ages. How am I meant to print our character sheets? Tell me. Complete bingo set. It's all here. Balls, pads, cage, markers, and a tiny announcer. Trapped in here alive, number 45. Please help, I'm so small they accidentally packed me away with the bingo gear. Crate of hard-boiled sweets. Flavorless flavor. It's full of deep holes. How is that even possible? Self-assembly table? There's a note saying, please assemble at your earliest convenience. Guess we could do that. Help out around the place, you know. You know my thoughts on helping. Box of dessert puddings. At least it's not a box of desert puddings. What's a desert pudding? I don't know. Sahara Misu? Again, another almost joke. You're right, Tech would love those flavorless candies. God, flavorless hard candy is basically just the flavorless Jell-O of the sweet world, isn't it? Let's start by using this paper to maybe finally solve that classic adventure game puzzle, shall we? Slide this under like this. Okay, the paper's in place. Let's poke the key out. I don't feel like this puzzle works as well in a game like this where you can't sort of see things in position, but it helps that I've played 10,000 adventure games. Let's see what's in the locked room after all. Wait, does he live in here? Have you seen the rental market? Something cozy like this is a find. It's a collection of religious icons from a number of faiths. Who keeps garlic on their wall? It's pretty loose, so not this guy anymore. A class photo. Must be Seamus's. Looks like he graduated alone. No, wait. Look at the clothes. There are others here, all right. They're just invisible. The plaque says Class of 1809. E. Bathory, C. Orlock, V. Tepes, S. Murphy, C. Count, M. Karnstein, and L. The Lion's Court. S. Murphy. That's our Seamus, the caretaker. Who? The caretaker. We're in his room? Caretaker? What caretaker? The guy in your nan's closet, hanging upside down. Not ringing any bells. Sorry, detective. Don't know what to do with that class photo. There's bits of torn up mail around this bit. Whatever post he got, he must have thrown out. Might be important. Can I reassemble it in the form of a puzzle? Feels like I should be able to do that. Normal enough stuff. Socks, pants, vest, and a black cape with a red velvet lining and collar. Now, it's weird. I feel like there's hints that he's supposed to be a vampire, but he also keeps garlic, so I don't know about that. Wait, one of these things was not as normal as the others. There's a set of keys in here. They could be useful. Smelly keys. Smelly keys. Smelly keys. No, that doesn't work. You don't feed keys. And bottom drawer has the same results. Culturally vampiric, but not orthodox. Oh, of course. That makes sense, Haggis. Looks like an inversion chin bar, but without the leg cups. Going by his hanging upside down in your nan's closet is anything to go by. That and the lack of bed in here. I think he sleeps on that. Uncomfortable, but impressive. Okay, well, we do have an assortment of random junk now. I don't... Where am I meant to assemble the self-assembly table? From definitely not IKEA? I look forward to watching you put that together by yourself later on. Locked room. Can I break into this room? Can I break into this room? Nothing matches. I think this only has keys to service rooms. Alright, well that saves me a little bit of time. So... Let's then start with the one that someone isn't napping in. This is a broom closet. Would that not be a... Would that not be a service room? Now you're messing with me, game. We should obey the do not disturb sign. Okay, now I feel like the game is definitely messing with me. It gives me this key ring, and I go to a locked door, and it's like, no, not that locked door. Like, a locked door that a person who would work here would go through. I'm like, okay, how about the supply closet? They're like, no, not like that one. I'm like, okay, how about, like, the staff room that's currently locked? And like, well, technically yes, but also no. It's like, okay, why did you give me this item? Could give I could give sandwiches and tea to rooftop people. Then we wouldn't have to explain them going down and getting wet down. Are the books something? Self-help books that are recently purchased. No, I did meant to click them and didn't, so that was a good shout, Kata. Also, this cobweb is nothing. Alright, cleared that room maybe properly now, maybe. Were there any other... I mean, like... Considering how relatively few locked rooms there are, it's weird to me that I have multiple means of unlocking. Does one of these get into the fridge? Does this get into the fridge? Is there a place where I was meant to make a table? Am I meant to make a table on top of the building and then serve tea? I mean, it's not enough tea for everyone, which is a little suspicious. I'm actually, frankly, pretty surprised that that didn't work, Neko. That felt like a really good idea. What do I do with the self-assembly table? I vaguely understand the idea, but, like, the game hasn't really suggested that I would need to make this, or that there is an absence of this in any particular place. Do I have reason to think that anyone here would be from this class, maybe? Oh, I have another dumb idea. Can I make garlic soup? I mean, I could ask him about it. It's just like, if he's the villain, I just expect him not to actually tell me anything, but we might as well rule it out. I received more tea and sandwiches. We're okay, we already have these. Oh, now you're nearly fading away. Yay! Okay, is it just a joke? Is it not a real thing? It's unclear to me. Does this mean anything to you? Other than you broke into my room and stole something? Yes, clearly apart from that. That was evident. Novelty photo from a fair I went to last summer with some old college mates. Well, actually, here's a question. We could try to poison him with garlic, but again, I'm confused as to why he... Is the idea that he hoarded the garlic, which is why the shopping list has garlic on it repeatedly? Not that he was... But, like, garlic's still supposed to be bad for vampires, right? I don't know. Something seems weird about this regardless. Well, he doesn't want to eat a sandwich by itself, so it seems weird that that would be a potential solution, but we'll keep it in our back pocket for now. Nothing has changed here, right? This guy just doesn't like me. What if I just burned some garlic in the fire fountain? I don't know where the table goes. I don't want to hear anything about the tables. I actually think it's really kind of ridiculous that he says the supply closet is not of interest to us, but, like, also literally during the course of this case that we're currently on, there's a shed in the backyard where Dooley's like, hey, we pretty much always like sheds full of weird stuff. I carry 2 items of food when you can make them into one far less appealing one. Before you ask, I would eat that, yes. Okay, garlic sandwiches. Now, the weird thing is, like, a garlic sandwich isn't inherently unappealing, so that joke doesn't make sense to me. It's all about what kind of sandwich it is. Will he inexplicably want to eat these now that they're poisoned? Because, like, that doesn't actually make very much sense, actually. Oh, garlic. My fave, but it's too late for a snack. What? What does that mean? Actually, I should be giving this guy a certain voice, huh? I'd offer to knit you a jumper, but I don't like knitting. It's why I didn't complain when you took the needles. That's fair, that's fair, that's fair. Is there another locked door these keys might work on, other than the stupid one, that I should be able to open but can't? I think I'm overlooking something specific about the keys. I mean, I understand that they're smelly keys, but, like, smelly keys don't function differently. Let's see what's in the bins with these keys. I think it's more that I overlooked the fact that there were 3 of them. But also, in fairness, the description on the key said it was like, this is something that, like, people who work here would use. Which made me think that I should use them on the locked staff room. And when I tried to use them on the locked staff room, it implied that was a correct solution. Like, I'm not gonna take sass for that. The game is definitely a little misleading about that. I mean, you're right in that I could have deduced that smelly keys unlock garbage, but also, to be clear, if you don't put the padlock in the garbage, I don't think the keys are likely to retain the smell. I think there's just, like, a lot of goofiness surrounding this. Like, I understand now, in hindsight, that the smelly keys are meant to be a clue, but, like, it just seems deeply esoteric. Nothing in the first one. Nope. You weren't looking, were you? Look, you know I wasn't looking, I know I wasn't looking, but you can't prove anything. This is just filled with thrown away teeth. You sure we don't want any of that? There's a copy of the media magazine Variation here. It has a note attached. Just wanted to share the good news, V. Film previews. This issue's main focus seems to be on a film about Dracula. Dracula? He's a famous vampire based off an old European count, Vlad Tepes. Name doesn't ring a bell. Where would I have met him? I mean, you wouldn't have met him. He died centuries ago. Oh, okay, I understand, right. So, do we go to Europe to arrest him, or is there a TLPD EU spin-off show? We're not. We're not arresting him. So we just let him get away with it? Away with... It's a story. Sure, that's what they say about the platypus. But I know it's out there. I'll find you yet, you duck-faced raccoon. See, I feel like Dooley brings a lot to this game, and the last case was missing that. I'm guessing that if I combine these two, my character will figure out what he should have realized. Wait, Vlad Tepes? That must be V. Tepes from Seamus' class photo. He's getting a film made about his life. Maybe that has something to do with all this. Let's go ask Seamus. Received item, evidence. Yeah, that's how stuff works. Why not? You mean platypus is real? Don't be silly, Cotillion. You can't prove that. Let me just go the other way. Alright, I'm officially changing his voice because it's now... Before it was implied, but now it's clear what's going on. And so you know what's about to happen, don't you? Why is Dracula sending you mail? Is Dracula sending you mail? Is Dracula real? Are you a vampire? I mean, define vampire. Blah! Blood-sucking monster? First of all, monster is a loaded term, and not all vampires drain blood. It's just sanguinarians. There are emotional vampires too, and reverse versions of both. I'm a reverse emotional vampire. People feel what I feel. Wait, how does a reverse sanguinarian work? Fairly disgustingly, to be honest. At best, it's a guy in an alley offering you a sack of blood. Blood. I don't want to know the worst cases. So wait, if you're a reverse emotional vampire and everyone here is acting up, when Vlad sent me his film stuff, I started thinking, what am I doing with my life? Everyone is so famous and respected. I'm just this caretaker, you know? Maybe I need to change what I'm doing, you know? You're having a mid-unlife crisis, so everyone here is having one too. Yeah, sorry about that. Not much I can do to change it. Okay, Dooley, all we need to do is cheer this guy up and everyone will stop acting like crazy. Okay, but... Sandwiches? A table? Assemble a table in Nan's room. I really don't know what to do with this table. It's wildly unclear to me. Do you have any new dialogue options? Oh, you do! So this is a thing that's kind of tricky about this game. Is that the vast majority of characters do not have dialogue trees, and so, like, when a little cutscene like that one happens, in my mind, it's kind of easy to disregard the fact that I should ask him more questions. Because, like, at least 90% of characters I talk to don't have anything else to say. Like, if I click on them, they'll say the same thing. But he just said a bunch of stuff to me, and now if I click on him, he'll say more stuff. In a normal adventure game, this wouldn't be a problem because, like, everyone would sort of have a standardized dialogue tree. But, like, this has thrown me off a couple of times already. Oh, yeah, maybe I do need to make a single item out of the tea. Although, that wouldn't solve his concern of it being too late, right? So vampires are real? Yeah, but the media totally blows everything out of proportion. Like Vlad. Vlad the Impaler? Just a mishearing. He was called Vlad the Unveiler. He was always opening schools and hospitals. Vlad. He probably only signed off on the movie rights to open medical centers with royalties. The noble git. Count, though? Now there was a monster, constantly laughing at children as they struggled to count. I've heard of reverse vampires. Those darn books, I hate them. Is it because they falsely portray your kind? No, they're pretty spot on, actually. I love the daytime and garlic and all of that. I just hate them because if I had written them, I'd be doing as well as the others. Blah. How do we cheer you up? Thanks for the kind intentions, but just leave me to wallow in my wasted life, yeah? You were out pretty late at that motel. I thought reverse vampires like the daytime instead of the night. Yeah, but I was on holidays. I stayed up late to get some moon rays. Where do you think this delicious creamy pastiness comes from? Mm. You know, I have delicious creamy pastiness, and nobody makes good noise when I talk about it. Yeah, let's try this tea thing. It's a pretty savvy idea. Make a whole meal out of it? No. Inexplicably, no. Again, that doesn't work. Well, you guys don't like reverse sanguinarians? Is that not an appealing concept? It would help if... Do you have a dialogue tree about what this guy likes? Hello, boys. Thanks for visiting. Did you know he was a vampire? Was. He still is a vampire. Anyway, at my age, you learn that none of that stuff matters. It's just nice to have a friend. That's actually a really sweet sentiment. I actually really like that stupid concept. Like, that's such a dumb thing, but, like, that makes so much sense to me. How does one undepress a vampire? I don't know. Throw them a party with all their friends and loved ones? That actually might work, but where? Everywhere around here's a mess. Can I get past the blockade? Maybe everything on the other side is fine. Lights are back on in the staff room. Oh, okay, I wasn't sure if that might be what we were getting at. The snoring is stopped too. I didn't want to say, but that snoring, right? It was something else. No wonder everyone's off their rocker. The real mystery here is probably sleep deprivation. No, that joke doesn't make any sense, because the flag for this is to learn what the problem behind the mystery is. That joke doesn't make any sense. Oh, yeah. That's a good point, Neko. I mean, Neko says maybe give him the crucifix as a reverse vampire. It might be his favorite thing. But that's probably what we're getting at with the garlic and why it seemed confusing at first. But yeah, if he's a reverse vampire, he probably, like, wants garlic and, like, a mirror and something. That's probably what we're going for. Maybe we stab him a little bit. I don't know. Can I have this key? Can I just have all the keys? Give me all the keys. Hey, what does Alan sound like? I haven't prompted anyone for this in a minute. Because this game has like 1,000 voices. But like, Alan's the first new guy we've had in like an hour and a half. Well, other than the guy who turned out to be a vampire. So that became pretty obvious. Oh my god, they're hex keys. Anyone? No one? Maybe a redneck since he killed a bear? I mean, I guess you could argue that. Swedish? I don't think I can do Swedish. I can barely do half the accents I try to do. And the only, like, model that comes to mind for, like, a Swedish voice is, like, tiny Swedish women. And I don't think I can replicate that in a helpful fashion. Oh, it's true. If that's a hex key, we could probably assemble our self-assembling table, huh? Oh, and There's so many layers to this. The key belongs to Allen, making it an Allen key or Allen wrench, which is of course the same thing as a hex key, which of course in turn is the tool popularized for self-constructing furniture such as IKEA. Wow, they went real deep on that. Yeah, if I had any amount of confidence I could even vaguely try to do a Swedish accent, I'd try to hit you up on that. As it stands, I don't know how to do that, but I haven't done a good Gilbert Gottfried in a minute. I don't know if I even used him at all yesterday, despite there being 10,000 characters in the first case. They're mine! My hex keys! I use them to curse people and build flat-pack furniture! I sense you're going to need them, so you can have them if you promise to bring them back! I don't think we've ever returned... Shh, Dooley, of course we'll bring them back. Right back, as soon as we're done. Didn't the last case make a joke of the fact that he does always return the inventory items? I sense that you won't return them. Oh, man. This guy is spooky. Received hex key. That's not exactly how hex key normally works, but okay, that's fine. There's nothing else on this key ring. But there will be when you bring them back, right? Sure. Seems to be the staff rota. Some post-its, too. Sue says the next Coven meeting has been moved as the community hall was booked by the local Illuminati. Wang rang to say he's out of... Elang? I don't know what that is. Fine practice voodoo doll. Martin says he's on pins and needles since the last session, but not in a good way. They could be anyone's. Private, by the way. Notes! Can I have this tool? Somebody left the toolbox. Oh, Seamus was trying to fix the vending machine. He must have forgotten to tidy up in all the chaos. I wonder if there's anything of interest in here. Maybe the screwdriver? Screwdriver? More like steak driver, am I right? You know he's a vampire, right? That's really offensive. I realized as soon as I said it. I feel terrible. Wait, there's no food in here. It's just clean socks, religious tomes, and rhyming couplet predictions. Ah, crap, it's back again. The darn thing's bust. Listen, the brown-cloaked man will get this place out of a jam. With the gift, spirits will be lifted. That's a terrible prophecy poem. Can a stake driver be a hammer? That does sound correct. I mean, you might fashion the screwdriver into a stake, but it wouldn't be a stake driver. It's a fair point, Cotillion. Brown cloaked man, presumably me, will solve problems here, and we have a gift, and spirits will be lifted. That's not a very good prophecy. It's basically what we're already doing. Sure, it's accurate, but those are some dirty rhymes. Jeez. Can I have this mug? I wouldn't drink that. I'm building up my tolerance of fighter for a trip to Midgard. I'm not Norse enough to get that joke. Various notices for staff. Please don't smuggle the elderly out for raves. Stop stealing dentures. We're going to find you. Practicing witchcraft on or for patients is frowned upon. Of course they'd say that. Normal visiting hours are almost done, which means it's almost conjugal time. I don't think that's correct. This is like the podium back at the station, except it doesn't have McQueen Smooch's spooks carved onto it. Dang it, McKing. Yeah, McKing. Well, I gotta tell you that we didn't learn much here. Wait, I can examine this? Large white rug like throw. What kind of animal is this? The unclassified kind. I killed that baby when I was on my Erasmus scholarship to the lost city of Z. Oh, I possess that now. It belongs to me for some reason. Any opinions on what's happening here? Happening here? Everything seems pretty normal to me. What, everyone's acting like wild teenagers? How can you think that's normal? Teenagers are pretty wild, man. Yeah, but old people aren't. You just said they were! You're making no sense. You don't know what you're talking about. I think I know what I'm talking about. I'm the resident medical expert, after all. You mean expert, don't you? I meant what I said. Now let me go back to my nap before I make a voodoo doll out of all these parking tickets in my pocket. Can I have those? Do I need that? Feels like those, right? Hey, wait a minute. Can I use my credit card in this vending machine? Okay, no. So the right tool needed to build the table, but I should bring this lot to wherever I want to set it up first. Well, yeah, but I don't know where that is, so I'm gonna go about to random rooms that seem like they have potential and do it, okay? I mean, the room that's just covered in water seems cleaner than a lot of these other rooms, huh? Maybe I put it in the bandstand. Is that something? Is that cooking with portals? Seems to be the right place needed to build this. Let's give it a go. Cool, you do that, and I'll keep watch. Oh, very good. Alright, let's see what we have here. Some legs, a top, and a few holdy together bits. I just have to follow the instructions to assemble. Okay, the instructions are in Swedish. No problem, let's use the picture, right? Eh. 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 Also, I like that the instructions say borked on them. It's pretty good. I mean, I appreciate that they made a puzzle out of this. Unless I'm missing something, it doesn't seem like a particularly challenging puzzle. There we go, one borked table, ready for use. There it is. Borked table. Let me put some sandwiches on it. We'll lay the augmented sandwiches out here. Some regular tea, or do I need to fix these? The tea to lure out the residents. I don't know what to do with this whole bear. No pixel bears were harmed in the making of it. There you go. Do you feel better about that, Neko? Did not kill bear. Confirmed. Can I break into this guy's room? Gotta come in and make sure you're not doing anything dangerous in there. That's really not at all how I thought that was gonna go, but that did actually work. What? Who are you? How did you get in here? I'm a locksmith, and I'm a locksmith. I guess you're in now. No point in trying to chase you off. What did you want? You appear to have been in Starfleet. Why did you pretend to be deaf? Because I don't want to get dragged into everyone's drama out there. It's mayhem, not for me. Why aren't you causing trouble with the others? I caused all my trouble when I was a young lad, like you two. Happy with my lot, no regrets from old Stan. Okay, bye. I love it. It's the classic It Came From Outside the Ship episode of Space Hop. Yep, that's the one. Is this like its own adventure game or something? I'd play this. Is this something? Wasn't sure that I was gonna get here because it didn't seem like a logical thing to do. It wasn't, but I ran out of stuff to do, and I was like, yeah, I've tried every reasonable door to try and open, and even though I have no reason to get in there, I might as well try. And then, as I stated, I didn't expect it to work, but now we're inside. Special effects back then weren't that advanced, so they actually had to have me dragged out of an airlock by a tentacle for the stunt. That's confusing. Wait, I know that image. It's a scene from the classic Space Hop episode Blurry Sky Blob. Weird that I can't see that one up close. That's where the magic happens. Card tricks, spoon bending, disappearing coins. That last one is just me dropping my money down the back of the bed. You a fan of Space Hop? Yeah, you too? Fan of it. I was in it. Wait, you're not Stan D-Man, the original red shirt. No, wait, Dooley. This guy got killed every week, and then he'd be back the following week with no explanation. Kenny! It's Kenny from South Park. Although I think they eventually explained it, if I understand knowledge from well after I stopped watching that show. Confusingly worded contracts, that's your explanation. Wow, the magic of show business. Say you want to take that shirt as a souvenir? I have a load of them. One for each day. Oh, that's funny. That's actually a really good joke. Yes, please. Now I have a red shirt. Really not sure where we're going with this, but it's somewhere. Better not be eyeing up my stuff, youngster. I fought off clammier fans than you. There is very little risk of that. Why do I get such a close look at this picture? Is it just for the joke? This is the risk this game runs with the way it does its dialogue. Is that, like, sometimes I can't tell if it's important information or a joke, and we've already seen that go awry. They did explain Kenny. Long story short, parents joined a Cthulhu cult for free alcohol. Yeah, that sure sounds like South Park. Vaguely remember... I want to say I somehow became aware of it when they, like, made one of those South Park video games, and I, like, watched someone do, like, a partial playthrough of it, and it was, like, the superhero-based one, and, like, in that one, Kenny's character was actually able to talk, and his superpower was the fact that he couldn't die, and, like, they hinted at the fact that there was an explanation, but I'm not sure they had gotten there yet by that point in the series. Got a screwdriver. Now, it's actually incredibly rare in a game like this to have a screwdriver and not immediately know what you would do with it. It's not unprecedented, but it's quite rare, I would say. Am I supposed to... No, I'm not supposed to put this bear and this shirt in there and somehow make a pink bear. Why would I want that? Yeah, honestly, what I've seen of those South Park RPGs, like, they actually seem like pretty good games. Like, as long as, like, if you can tolerate the South Park sense of humor, which I think I can in small doses. Like, the show itself went off the rails, but I feel like they use a slightly tamer version of their humor for the games. It's a little more accessible. And, like, they seem like pretty good, kind of, like, streamlined RPG games. And, like, I like that in an RPG game. Like, I like a complex one sometimes, but, like, I like a streamlined game quite a lot. Never actually played either of them, but they both look good to me. I did consider buying both of them, but I just never have time for anything. I already have a ton of games I don't play. Like most of us, I'm sure. In you go, shirt. Sorry to do this, but with something so valuable, but Stan did say he had a load of them. I just need something to die. I mean, I have no idea why I'm doing this, but I'm an adventure game protagonist. It's a tight fit, but it's in. Did someone else say that? Is he the first person to have said that, or has someone else said that before, do you think? I think that's it. Now to turn it on. Do I need the washing powder? I mean, I guess it's here. Shirt and the rug are in there. It's time to turn it on. I don't know why I'm doing this. You received dyed throw. Okay, that turned the rug red. That's carpety. Right. Oh, okay. I mean, that's a real reach, but sure, I'll go with it. Now, the thing I'm concerned about is, I assume I'm supposed to try and contact his old friends? Or maybe that's not the point. It's not an award ceremony without a red carpet. Is that what we're doing? Boy, the game is sure using offhanded dialogue to tell me a lot more about its intentions than the actual dialogue that prompts the quest, huh? I thought we were just throwing him a party, but now it's an award show? That's like definitely a different goal. So I'm probably gonna need your trophy, huh? Or not? Can I stab you? Is it possible I missed anything in here? I didn't spend a ton of time in here. Hey, guess who's not putting those keys back because they're not a usable inventory item? This guy. No, I already did this. I already did everything. I think this room is fine. Has anything changed over here? Nope, still just ordering just a ton of rectal thermometers for dogs. Okay. There is more to ask the receptionist. I've given her like 8 different voices. Don't pay attention to it. Who received post today? A few people? Some of the residents and the caretaker, Seamus. On a normal day, where would I find Seamus? He's usually all over the place talking with patients. He's very good with them, but mostly works out of the laundry room. What can you tell me about the caretaker? Seamus, he takes care of the place. What, you want me to tell you he spends all his free time in the laundry room? Yes. Apparently, these are clues for a puzzle I solved by exploration. Great. Now, what that does call to mind is how weird it is that if Seamus lives in that room off the laundry room, why is it that he left that room, but, like, locked his key inside the room? Even assuming that's easy enough to do, which isn't necessarily true. It doesn't seem like it benefits him to do that. Another interesting thing is that, like, normally an adventure game like this will have a character or a list or something that will, like, numerate, like, the things that you're supposed to find to complete your current objective. It's a little on the nose, but it kind of keeps things running. We haven't really been provided with that. We've talked to at least 2 characters being like, what can we do to cheer up a reverse vampire? And the answer's like, I don't know. And now I'm just like doing whatever I can with the almost no items I have left. Yawn. Why is she still hanging from that chandelier here? Can I take this whole bug zapper? Can I take the whole fridge? Can I make screwdriver soup? Can I, for some reason unknown to me, like, use the screwdriver to detach this to get, like, a velvet rope? Can I have another broom? I think we got all we're getting out of the trash. Could try inviting to the party. I think that won't work until everything's done, maybe? I think when the party is set up, if the people don't automatically go there, then I should go around asking people. But I don't think that's in my interest yet. I have a screwdriver. I don't really know what to do with it, but I also don't know what things I'm still trying to do for the backyard. Maybe I can just try talking to Seamus and see if what we have is somehow sufficient. Maybe I can jimmy the lock on one of these still locked doors. And that hasn't changed. That hasn't changed. Use my only item on trophies to have a trophy. If I click on the phone, will it suggest that I need the phone? This is a point of uncertainty to me. No, it's still a joke. Turn this back on? No, I'm not turning that back on. I don't know what I was doing. Alright, this room seems completely spent as far as I can tell. The kitchen I'm not so sure of, but I don't know what the screwdriver is for. I do know that it doesn't shoot bullets really fast. That's something else. Oh, hang on. I should check something for good measure, because sometimes this is tricky. No. Doesn't seem like there's a hidden item in the car, which sometimes happens. Can I disassemble the vat? Mash it open. I'm missing the fact that there's something in this room that I might want unscrewed. It doesn't feel like it. I have like an urn, a brain, a monkey paw, a leg. I gotta say, this isn't completely... I actually did already try screwdriver suit, believe it or not, Neko. For some reason, it really bothers me how many light switches are visible in this game when, like, none of them matter. I think maybe one mattered in the last game. I think one in the library did something. I don't know why that sounds familiar. I don't think screwdriver is useful in conjunction with any of these, but I haven't been here in a minute. So I guess I'll try it. If I look at this, maybe now he'll tell me what he wants to do. Bandstand, what a nice thing to have. Now it's carpeted for this evening's festivities. Nope, not helpful. Dooley's vast supply of tea. Not ready yet. Does not change my understanding of anything. The cable doesn't yield any new information. Do I need the ivy now in a way that I didn't in the last segment? Do I want to melt the screwdriver? Is that a different way to get screwdriver suit? Do I want to stab Stanley? Because he's actually not Stanley, he's Stably. Hey, has anyone ever made an adventure game with a character named Stably, and then they make a joke out of it, but then ultimately to solve a puzzle you have to stab him with knife, because that's like a solution that belongs in most adventure games? Is that a thing? Anyone? Anyone know if that's true? Where do you think the priest went, by the way? Just like home? I think I already tried this, but like I can't disassemble this chair, right? Can I remove the light? Let's get this down before it falls on somebody. It's possible I should have thought of that, but that is pretty out there, to be honest. The hitbox to move on that screen feels weird. Just that particular one. Now, the problem is, do I need something to hold this, or... I'll attach the lights here, where they won't cover the entire garden. Oh, if I attach the lights here, they won't cover the entire garden. I need them up high. So we put them on the lightning rod? I don't know if that's safe, but sure. Sebastian is staring at your face. Is he telling you his snake secrets? I guess technically going outside is faster. I just really hate that one screen. If we angle the lights like this, we should be able to light up the garden. It should be bright enough to pass for daytime. So this is a mild problem that I have with this game. And this isn't uncommon for adventure games in general either. But it does this weird thing where it will alternate between like solutions need to be logically thought out, and we will shortcut things without explaining to you that we're planning on doing that. Because, like, it sure doesn't seem like you could just, like, place this next to a lightning rod and have it stick there and position in the way you want it. It feels like that's its own puzzle component. But, yeah, sure, why not? Detective, how are they powered? What? The lights, how are they powered? It's not batteries light, and there's nowhere to plug them in, so how are they working? Dooley? No, I mean, I'm okay with it, but what? Look, if you're okay with them magically working, who am I to call you on it? I'm just saying it's weird that when we chase one thing for being magical, then we use another, sometimes we need to find power, and sometimes stuff just works. It's all very inconsistent, isn't it? Boy, I tell you what, these jokes work a whole lot better when they feel intentional and not just like sometimes they want the puzzle to work a certain way. What are you getting at? Is God lazy? Ah, Dooley, I don't have time for this. We have to undepress a reverse vampire to save all these old people from reliving their midlife crisis. Okay, when I say it out loud like that, yeah, I reckon God might be winging it. I think everything is in place. I can already see a crowd gather. Let's get back down there. Yum, tea! All the better for being free. Pass me a sandwich. It's too bright out. Do these taste of garlic? What's all this? I got the smell of some delicious garlic sandwiches, and then saw it was daytime and figured I should eat something. It's a surprise party, and thanks for everything you've done to help these people. Like an award ceremony. Best friend category. World's a little easier with the best friend. Yeah, that it is, buddy, that it is. Oh, how lovely. Where's the award, then? Yeah, see, this seemed odd to me, too. Oh, right, Patrick has it. Yeah, of course I do. Do I? Yeah, it's the gift I asked you to bring. It was an award for Seamus. I know you boys have to put on this show to save the day, but actually we really did get him an award. We know he's a reverse vampire, and because of that, we're really enjoying our time here. We feel his love for us. We got him an actual award to say thanks. It's not a movie deal, but we hope you like it. Aw, you guys, split. 3 cheers for Seamus. Hooray. He's only getting 1 cheer from me. We don't have time to be repeating ourselves. Now, boys, come to my room. I have a letter for Patrick. Patrick, you have to go to Ireland. What now? Family tradition. All Dooleys have to do a coming-of-age ceremony. I presume they didn't invite you because, you know, American. But it turns out the invite got mixed in with love letters from your grandpa. I was reading them earlier today when Seamus was feeling down. I'm too old to go with you, and I hate traveling, so you'll need to bring somebody else. Will you come, Detective? Of course, Dooley. Yay, looks like the Trouble Brothers are going to Ireland. It's fun. Trouble Brothers? Yeah, is that not what we call ourselves? It's what I call us. Anyway, to Ireland. It was good. I liked that case overall. It had a much more manageable level of all of its inherent problems. Slightly fewer fun, small puzzles, but I did like the IKEA table thing. And I really like the sentiment of the reversed vampire making everyone act weird, but then they actually wanted to make him feel better and had a present for him the whole time. It's a little saccharine, but it's fun. I like that. It's a good one. It is 8:30. I nominate that we start this case, but if it continues in the trend of the recent ones where, like, you do a bunch of stuff and then it sort of turns on its head and then you do more stuff, that probably at roughly the halfway point will stop, unless it's, like, really giving us trouble. But considering how long these are taking, I think we are better off going a little long if we ever want to finish this, maybe? This is Druid's Delight. On Nanny Dooley's request, Patrick and I are going to the clan's ancestral home in Ireland. As an American, I don't like that phrase. But yeah, I mean, like, I did not have 100% positive feelings about the first case, but despite a couple of hiccups along the way, I like that second case a good amount. Well, Dooley, in 307 hours, our flight will have landed in Ireland. Are you excited? That seems like too many hours. Sort of. I'm kind of nervous to meet my Irish cousins. What if they're not as smart or well as informed as I am? We can't hold conversations. Well, that's one way this could go. Or the exact opposite. Or something else. Let's just go in with an open mind, yeah? For a second, I was starting to wonder if we were going to solve airport puzzles. Oh, it's a boat. I assumed plane, but that's some of the hours there, huh? We're very wet. How did we end up on a boat? We were in an airport in the last screen. Alright, so I feel a little less crazy and a little more stupid. Castle is on Loch Dooley, remember? Lake Dooley? We transitioned off screen. Smart. 307 hours would have been one heck of a load time. I think they got wet down there on that boat, though. I won't be bringing you any closer to that cursed castle. Well, it's inland, so you can't really bring us any closer. I can't and I won't. We're on our own, Dooley. Let's get to the castle. Does anyone else see that little otter, that guy there? I think that's an otter. Are there otters in Ireland? Is it a seal? Maybe it is a seal. I don't see that many brown seals, but it could be. I'm not totally sure. You're right, though. The face shape looks more seal-like. I guess those are flippers. Yeah, you're probably right. That is a seal. I'm just really not used to seeing brown seals. So my brain thought, like, brown fur mammal. And the only brown fur mammal I could think of that would be swimming was an otter. Am I gonna carry my luggage around? That's a little funny. It is a seal. Look, detective, a seal! How are you getting on there, little bud? I can't stand the rain. I hear you. Never rains back home. Dude, it rains about 40% of the time back home. Detective, I'm waxing lyrical for the old country. You leave me and my rose-tinted glasses alone. You thought it was a dog at first? Yeah, I mean, I'm glad I'm not the only person who was at least a little thrown by it. I mean, it makes sense. I just, again, I don't know. I just really think of seals as being, like, white Arctic animals. I just don't see that many depictions of, like, brown seals in, like, other climates. Boatman. Why are you calling it a cursed castle? Because perfectly nice castle is not good for tourism. People want their castles cursed, is a fact. Can I enter your boat? For some reason I can! And look, my luggage is here. Nice picture frame you have there. Shame if somebody was to put a picture in it. Cool, I just stole some stuff from a boat. Postcards from Derry, Dingle, Dundalk, and more. One from every port in Ireland. Now this guy's seen it all. That's a sick thing. I wish the captain let us travel in here and not out on the wet deck. Yeah, it's true. When you're out there, you could get wet or whatever. Look, the joke is going to continue being funny to me. I'm just going to give it less enthusiasm because I don't think anyone else will like it. Whoa, look out there, detective. You can see the last screen from a whole new angle. My knees feel weak. Wonder what would happen if I pushed... Don't do it. No. Oh, I didn't realize I had American dollars. Is that a sweat lodge? Is it for mind sweat? A sweat lodge in this weather? It's so dark in here. Harbor Master. Ah, there you are. That's true, I am here. Bring this back to Ian, not what I ordered at all. Good lass, off you hop. Flushes. What of you? Ah, you'd think a rainy grey landscape would lose its shine after a while, but you'd be wrong. A bottle of ghosts, I presume. It would explain why the harbor master sent it back. Wait a minute. Oh my god, her last name is Mix something. That is very good. That's the spirit, or rather it's not. I'm funny. Hands off, that's official harbor master business. Why harbor master and not harbor mistress? Well, because harbor mistress sounds like I'm going to tie your boat up with a rope instead of bureaucracy. Yeah, but what if that's what I'm into? Keep your tingly digits to yourself. This phone is for official harbor business only. This place is cozy. Reminds me of some apartments in the city back home. Alright, well I got a bottle of ghosts. Phone line with some wash on it. Grand day for drying some clothes. All more or less the same. Sure. Alright, speedboat. Aw, look, the cabin has little kittens sleeping in it. Do you think it's their boat? It's the only logical conclusion. Curse me and my tingly digits. You wouldn't have tuned in if you didn't like my tingly digits, my weird sound bites that are mostly kind of sexual. McTaverns, yeah, I think that's, like an offshoot of McDonald's, right? Oh dear. Okay, I thought this was gonna be like an enormous indoor TARDIS situation. Oh, speaking of, guess what showed up today? I've been complaining about this on various streams, including the first Darkside Detective, so I'm justified in bringing this up, because it brings narrative conclusion. Even though my Doctor Who decks were supposed to show up on Monday, they arrived early, and they all appear to be correct and intact and not just 1 out of 4 of them, like when I tried to pre-order from Amazon over the summer with the Lord of the Rings decks. So, yay, I have them now. Hooray for me! Framed money. Feels like this might be used for 2 of my inventory items. What's all this, then? Oh, I like to frame foreign money. It's all so mad-looking. Where do you get it all? I buy it. You have no US money? Pretty sure they don't have money. As I hear it, the streets over there are paved with gold. Okay, let's frame this money. Sure thing, detective. We putting weed in its locker or sticking its fingerprints at a crime scene? Dooley. I get the joke, but it's a little forced. Let's find out what I need for him before I just give him that. Can you call us a taxi, please? No, don't have any phones in the pub. Pubs aren't a place for talking to people who aren't in the pub. What do you want? Just passing by, I thought we'd say hello.
Passing by, is it? Too good to stay, are you? Tourists. Say they love the place, but when it comes down to it, they pack their bags and go home.
Well, we have lives, work, and family.
Are you saying we don't have lives, work, and family? You think I was chiseled out of a block of marble? No, I wasn't. I was born and I have a family. I live here, even have a job. You're not better than me.
Geez, detective, you really are such a tourist. Woman on date. Chips are like my top 15 favorite ways to cook potatoes. Can't talk, mouthful of scaldingly hot chips. Chips? They call fries chips, and chips are called crisps. I don't know what they call crisps. Wait, I don't know what we call crisps. Do we? No, wait, hold on. Man has no face. You think he was born here. It's true, he kind of does lack a face. I wonder if you get a discount to touch his face. We have everything from whiskey to whiskey. With different spellings, of course. What's the difference? Spelling mostly. Okay, I don't know why, but have this money? So, I am American. Sounds right. You can always spot an American by them telling you, unasked, that they are American. That, true. Fair enough. Right, well, we have money, you see. But the streets, the golden pavements, that's sort of a metaphor? It's pre-gold rush. Now we have overcrowding streets with no pavements and paper money. I feel like there's one of those jokes I like where it's like, you could have 3 kids and no money, or no kids and 3 money. I feel like there's some variation on that about the gold-paved streets and the paper money. I'm sorry for your loss. And I framed some for you. Some framed American money to sell. Oh, right. Well, to quote the great philosopher Bixby Snyder, I'd buy that for $1. An Irish dollar. A punt. We shall not regret giving away all of our holiday money. Not a single bit. I mean, if our entire holiday budget was $1 American dollar, I don't know. I don't know what the exchange rate is, but it's probably not all that far off. And a lot easier to spend here, at least. Or 0 healthcare and -3 money. Something like that. Painting of castle. Hey, that's where we're going! You're off to the Castle Dooley? I hear it's cursed. Haunted, I heard.
No, you two, it's a mad cult!
You're all wrong. It's infested with the good folk playing pranks on everyone who visits. I don't like the sound of any of that. You say you don't love it, but what I hear is you don't hate any of it either. Well, I do love a good bit of strangeness. Only mildly greasy sandwich, fiercely greasy chips, and blindingly greasy fry. Still not the worst menu I've seen. Let's see now. Do I want a mugging or a very real and literal haunting or a flaming kick to the nads? So many delightful options.
If it helps, my foot is already aflame.
Give me these chips. These chips are a real work of art. Now, despite accomplishing virtually nothing, I feel like I've done everything I can in here for now. Seagull? Look at its dead eyes. Seagulls are the sociopaths of the bird world. I feel like there might be a lot of sociopaths of the bird world. Now, I'm pretty sure they used the Irish punt here, I was told. The spirits? Am I really looking to get rid of more things in my inventory for no value? I mean, I don't want anything from him. I guess maybe I'm literally returning this? Did she say she ordered it from the tavern? The harbor master wanted me to give you this. She said she ordered something less harsh. Oh, right. I guess you wouldn't want to just be drinking on the job. Here, give her this instead. Want the bottle back? I've no want for that. You hold on to it. You received a pint. Okay, well, somehow that worked out. Good shout. Here you go. Is this what you wanted? Oh, sweet savior. That'd take the edge off a bad day. Always said that you and I had each other's backs. Could ask anything of each other, we could. Can I use your phone? That's the spirit, or rather it's not. Oh, I'm so funny. Skull joke. Can I use the phone? Love to help you, really I would, and no word of a lie. We're best friends, after all. Friends who can ask each other anything. Not sure I like where this is going. It's just the generator out back is broken. And the person who'd fix that, well, I'd let them call whoever they wanted. Fine. I've always said you were one of the good ones. You post-delivery girl, haven't I always said that? Nope, I don't know what the joke is. It's true, she has always said that. So she thinks Dooley is a post-woman. That's the joke. Okay. Behind caravan. Can't see much through here while the power's off. Not sure I like where that's headed. There's a broken generator. I guess it needs some kind of fuel. Where am I gonna find that? What about spirits? Can't just put spirits in here. It needs proper fuel. There's the phone line. Main way out of this town for words. I think we must advance further, probably. What's the signpost set? Next stop is Twilight Zone? The castle. Too far to walk. I guess we need a cab or something. Let me check my American to Irish dictionary. I think they're called move boxes here. McTavern, where nobody can remember your name. Seems like they're doing it right. It's just a gray haze. I'm not sure walking is a great idea. Alright, so I guess the world's pretty small then, huh? So I should siphon fuel out of this cat boat? Boat. The boat is called the Boat Name. It was meant to be a placeholder, but I never got around to changing it. Well, it's a fine boat. Even nicer than Bodie McBoatface. I even got her running on biodiesel. Oh, how very thoughtful. I just did it to stop the seal from glaring at me from sick-filled water. Can you tell me about that process? Gas? What? According to my dictionary, they call it petrol, or diesel if they're cheap. I have diesel. I made it myself in the bowels of the ship. Can I have some? I'm out. Need more fatty oils and pure alcohol to make some. Find me that stuff and I'll sort you out. Okay. Can I have alcohol? Here's these taps. Ah, Wow, boy, howdy again. We sure find some finicky move things. But the spirits aren't spirits, they're air quote spirits. It's supposed to be a ghost in a bottle, or so they've strongly implied to me. Tell me about Bud's martyr. Is that where we are? Ah, it helps you make better choices when picking friends. Taps out, detective, moving on. Pud Light, what's that? Pudding is a sort of blood sausage. Oh, pudding. Pudding is a sort of blood sausage. Well, if you squeeze the meat juice out and let it sit a while, you get this. I think I just got sick in my mouth a little. What about Stellar Assault? Ah, one drink and you'll be swinging punches at the moon. Believable. I already have a beef with that guy. What? Nothing. Police code. A bottle of... I mean, it says it's a bottle of Ghost, I presume. So I think that's something else. So I think I need alcohol, but I'm not 100% sure. That's weird. I left my luggage outside when going in this specific room. I mean, I presume that I need this money to pay for the cab. I don't know if there's some joke about the economy or something. Oh, it's supposed to represent a sum of Irish money. I thought it was just a coin and that we had a dollar before. All of that was very confusing to me. Irish money, every coin is made of gold and is the size of a dinner plate. Oh, stags gnawed into them. Okay. And that's the antenna I use to broadcast me pirate radio station from. What, I can tell you, you're not cops here. Well, we don't have jurisdiction, but we are technically cops. The seal again? Okay, nope, that has not changed. That has not changed. So I need fatty oil and alcohol. So, okay, so the oil comes from chips, but apparently the chips ran out, huh? Can I take your grease paper? Knock yourself out, mate. Need me to knock you out, detective? Please no. Alright, well that was somewhat more straightforward than I expected. Something in my blood is telling me I'm home. Can I have drink? I don't understand the purpose of the taps. So the taps gives me a dialogue tree with the bartender, which is inherently confusing to me. But it doesn't seem like any of those things actually do anything. Maybe it's possible that if I obtain a container, I could do that. I mean, I guess we could try turning in these ghosts as alcohol, but I'd be a little annoyed if that worked only because the game seems to have gone out of its way to mislead me if that's true. Please? What's all this for? You asking me to marry you? No. Ah. I thought maybe you could turn this into fuel. That's only half of what I need. What, do you want me to solve the puzzle for you, like some kind of sea sleuth? Need to bring me fatty oils and pure alcohol. Find me that and I'll sort you out with some bios. Combine these things? Okay, apparently that's what the game wanted, I guess. Sure, okay, fine. Would this do? Sure, fade to black there while I do my mischief. Here's your biodiesel, enjoy. Okay. Okay. So, just for the record, game did sort of mislead me into thinking that I mean, it's a game about paranormal, and the main character who detects paranormal things is like, I think that this is a bottle of ghosts. And it didn't seem like it was a joke, but it was joke dialogue, again, which misled me from potentially solving the puzzle more quickly. That should have the power back on for Fiona. Hopefully now she'll let us use her phone and call a cab. Taxi, detective? Ah, you did it. You fixed the Jenny. I have light and heat again. Feel like the Queen of Tara. You can use the phone to call your harlots now. I'm not calling harlots. I need a taxi. Don't worry, I won't tell your wife. Tell me what? I have questions about everything. Use the phone. Phone is fixed. Time to call a taxi. Phone noises. TLPD, what's your problem? She was in the last game and I don't remember her voice. I need a taxi. In Ireland. And only know this one number. Well, that answers my immediate question. Oh, detective. I knew this would happen. There should be one outside McTavern's for you in a few moments. Wait, so I didn't have to do all that stuff? Oh, man. That's fine. Those inventory items presumably wouldn't have helped me do anything else. Can we have a lift to the castle, please? Not for free, you scrub. 1 Irish punt. That's the stool that Daisy sat on. In ya hop. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. I mean, I get that spirits are a pun for alcohol, but like in a game with ghosts where I've like frequently had supernatural stuff in my pockets and I don't know what the puzzles are yet, when the character just tells me it's ghosts, I kind of just think it's ghosts. I just don't think the game's gonna lie to me. I just don't think it had set up parameters yet for me, like... How do I put this? It's like one thing if we're like mid-puzzle solving and it's like, oh, get it? Spirits. Aha, funny joke. It's another thing when like in my inventory I'm like, what do I have here? And it's like, it's a bottle of ghosts. Here you go, lads. Welcome to the countryside. We did it. Now we're gonna be on Traders UK. There it is, Dooley, Castle Dooley. It's exactly as I remember. Hasn't changed a bit. Dooley, you've never been here before. You didn't even know it was real until last week. The memories are flooding back. Now I have a 1 bottle cap. Hey, I can use that to re-roll a die roll. Glass Cannon podcast joke. Thor must be angry today. Isn't Thor Norse? Oh, you think he only makes it rain Norse to the border? The hills are alive with the sound of raining. It's impressive, isn't it? Oh yeah, a teensy bit dreary though. Could do with a lick of paint or a second castle on the top. Something that differentiates it from all the other castles around. I think the puzzles aren't particularly clear in general. A lot of the time you try the thing and get some surprise new thing with no idea what your goal is. I'm not gonna argue with you on that, Neko. I do think that was an element present in the first game, but it felt like more of an outlier than it does in this game. That's my personal feeling so far. Great. Rain stops as soon as we're finished walking in it. Rain will do that to you. Is this guy waiting for us? Greetings, sirs. I will take your bags so you may proceed to the cemetery. John Butler the Butler. Hey, look, they have a big gummy bear statue? Or maybe it's a weasel. Because you're late. Sorry, home is a long distance and many puzzles away. Sir, I am a butler and not a judge. There's no judgment here, only butlerment. I thought you were bringing in the bags. After the ceremony, sir, I must guard the door until then. Oh, it's a badger. Badgers are super British for some reason, right? That's a thing. Why is there a giant stone badger at the front door? Oh, the badger is the family's mascot, sir. I'm afraid the interior is locked until post-ceremony. Which you are late, as mentioned. Let's go back. Apple trees. Not quite an orchard, but they are well-kept apple trees. We used to climb trees like this as kids all the time. Did you know? Who is this we? The other Dooleys and myself, I guess. Some of those apples look loose. I don't think I'm getting them with a bottle cap. Coal bunker. This is where people hid away from nuclear bombs during the Cold War. Before our time, thank goodness. Is the thing that, like, now that Dooley's here, he's being, like, flooded with ancestral memories and we're being possessed by a family ghost or something weird? I guess we will keep going? We get the petting thing again. Leave him be, lads. He's not one for the doing of things. Hurry up, lads. Ceremony can't start until you click through. There you are. No, it's fine. Don't rush yourself. 20 years late to coming of age. It's a few minutes more. It's a coming of age thing? I don't know what that means. Does it come with gifts? Here, put on this robe. Might be a little tight. Should still fit. It does come with gifts. Yay! Waiting for it. That's not as ridiculous as I was expecting that to look. How do I look? You look... Excuse me, is there time to let it out a little? No, we're about to begin. Then you look great, buddy. Phew! Family and friends, we once more gather to acknowledge the turning of the Great Wheel. That time of year when young Dooley children become young Dooley adults and carry on the family duty. Let us start by answering the ancient questions you've studied for. We've done what now? There's a test! Kevin, who are the Dooleys? They're a family of protectors who look out for all humankind's good. Family of cops? I'm from a line of narcs? Ruby, what is our eternal purpose? We keep the sun high in the sky, coming up every day to bless the soil and going down every night, so that others on the planet can feel its warmth too. And Patrick, how do we do that? By believing in ourselves. What? No, we do it by... Wait, is it getting dark? What the... The sun has gone out. Our sacred duty has failed. And on such a prestigious day. How have I failed the family such? What to do in this both literal and figurative dark moment for the family? Detective, I think we gotta do something. I mean, I wasn't paying attention entirely, but I think the Dooleys are meant to stop this kind of thing from happening. I'm a Dooley and you're a Dooley by common law. And this is kind of weird, I think. The kind of weird that maybe you'd be interested in looking into. I don't ask for much, just food and lifts and excuses not to work and visits to my family, and I guess I'm asking, will you help investigate this? Dooley, you had me at detective ? Let's go. Alright. Wait, where are we going? What is it you're looking for? It's dark. I don't know why. Something is wrong. Very wrong. Perhaps something has happened to the Sunstone. Was that? Oh, now. That's the story. But you're in a rush, so I'll give you the condensed version. The sun goddess, Aine, well, she was turned into a crane. Of course. Here, this is Irish mythology we're talking. People are always getting turned into birds. Less of your cheek. Anyway, when she became a crane, she laid this stone that controls the sun and gave it to Dooley Ahone. Dooley what now? It means first Dooley, which the story says Aine carved from a potato. Anyway, she gave the sunstone over to the protected forevermore, and it was until today. Well, didn't we see potatoes in a weird receptacle somewhere that maybe we can carve into a sunstone? I don't know. We'll get it back. Blood wolves, dishonor. Dishonor is not a very reassuring term. Blood wolves are like hypnotists. If you're at the point in life where you're turned into one for help, then you can't afford to be picky. I need to borrow your stick, maybe. The ancient Dooley Chalet? Shillelagh? Anyway, what do you want this for? I think your Shillelagh might be able to get us out of here. Outside? How does that work? I mean out of the situation. The blackness? Ah, right. Okay. Well, here you go. Okay, I love you. Goodbye. Kid, what's that you're drinking? That depends. Are you a cop? Not in this country. Well, then it's poison. Can I have some? Can I give it back? Gonna give you a soft yes on that. I don't know what that means, but I heard yes, and I'm a bit buzzed. I'm assuming that even with 2 X's, that one is literally alcohol and not joke alcohol. Spirit made from potatoes. Potato ghosts? Spooky. You okay, kid? I'm not a kid anymore. I did my ceremony. No, wait. The ceremony was interrupted. I'm gonna be a kid forever. You really have a way with kids. Always bowls me over to see you interacting with them. You're being sincere somehow, aren't you? Always. These boulders are limestone. I wonder if... Yeah, there's a piece of flint sticking out of this rock. I'm not, like, 1,000,000% sure what we're doing, but, like, starting a fire? Or can we actually just leave? I don't think we should go anywhere without a light source. Oh, we're making a torch, not a fire. Okay. That's the kind of thinking that had me bring you on this adventure. So, then... Yeah, I need a rag. Hey, Dooley. I need some of your rope. I don't know how much I can spare. Here's a small piece. Eh. What a waste. Now we have a torch. Unlit. Is there something weird about this bottle cap that helps? Torch, I didn't think we had a flashlight here. Ah, British joke. Har har har. A steel bottle cap. Oh, I'm glad I checked, because that's needlessly convoluted, but why not? We only need a few more and we can buy our very own Brahmin. I don't know what that is, but I know how to pronounce it. We'll make a blood wolf out of you yet, detective. Received a tinder kit. Let's light this son of a birch. Okay. Why you got a knife, friend? Be careful with that knife. What are you at anyway? Stab in the darkness to chase it off. Can I have your knife so I can do that too? I mean, I guess there's no I in knife. You received knife spelled with an I. Wait a minute, that's exactly how knife is spelled. Got him, idiot. What is it, boy? Did the devil come for us? Arf. Well, I was robbed in my robing. A jacuzzi. Well, actually. Oh, well, actually. Loose rock base. The base of this well is pretty loose. I think I can slide one out? You mean a brick, right? Because, like, loose base makes it sound like I'm meant to push the entire thing. Well, I did got a brick. Well, a rock, anyway. Look at this. Before refrigerators existed, people used to store ice in hills like this. Untrue. They couldn't have made ice without refrigerators. They'd get the ice from lakes during the winter. So wait, you're trying to tell me that lakes had refrigerators? Now that's crazy. Crazy enough to be true. Okay, I believe it. That's definitely... That's not it at all. Look, detective, I understand you don't want to be outed as an informant. When I post a blog about this on Dooluminati.com, I'll give you a cool nickname like the Whistleblower. Please, no. The grassy knoll. Rumor has it this is the grassy knoll a certain president was shot from. Dooley, we're over 4,000 miles away from there. That's how they got away with it, detective. Okay, well, I got a rock. Which I guess is appropriate for a Halloween situation. Can I have some apples? Can I trade rock for apples? Let's see if we can knock one loose. Received several apples and the rock is gone. Just to be sure. They sometimes do have refrigerators, unfortunately. I haven't seen that, but I will accept that to be true. Sometimes they also have sentient vending machines. Like that anime that my friend Nick showed me. It's not a good anime. They made sure to show me a scene where the vending machine uses magical powers to turn itself into a condom vending machine to solve, like, an STI epidemic running through a fantasy town, and I don't know why all anime exists. Maybe only some anime needs to exist. Shouldn't take more than I need. But what if I want to just deconstruct the well and do a whole Ship of Theseus thing? Sometimes they've women handing out swords as form of government. Yeah, I've heard of that too, Sarah. I don't abide by it, though. You've heard of that anime? Yeah, I'm also very confused by the existence of it. It established a lot of rules very quickly and very clunkily. It had some of the worst exposition I've seen in a long time. Why do I want apples? I mean, I have them. Would sirs like anything? The sun has gone out. That it has. Unfortunate. This could be a long night, and I've packed no snacks for the wee uns. Has anyone entered the house? Not that I am aware of. The Archdruid is keeping the house locked down until further notice. Thought you were bringing in the bags. Nope, that hasn't. I thought the sun was going to stay in the sky. Today's full of surprises. So everything's on this stretch, huh? I can't go back out to the hill or anything? So I guess I'm gonna cut these apples open for some reason. Chop this apple up! Janie, no! I don't think I understood that joke, necessarily. One sliced apple. Again, this is not the Janie Mac, an actual human person that you know. Okay. That joke isn't... That's a very confusing joke. Also, I'm actually pretty impressed that we managed to turn 3 entire apples that we got collectively off that tree into 1 sliced apple using a knife. That sounds like some kind of ritual. I'm right there with you, Neko. Really love some things that come out of Japan, but then they release some things that make me feel ashamed to have anything to do with that, just like any of that creativity. Randomly on that subject, last weekend on Twitter, I started seeing like a bunch of people post about this like anime movie from like the late 90s I'd never heard of called Perfect Blue, and it was just weird and interesting enough looking that I went ahead and watched it, based largely on the description that people were like, this movie was very disturbing, and I was like, we'll see about that. And it turns out, yeah, it's actually pretty disturbing. A lot of times when people say that, it doesn't faze me, but like, that's a heavy movie. It is a really good movie, but it is a heavy movie. It does unfortunately get a little rapey. It, like, there's very important, like, story contextual reasons for it, but it's very, very uncomfortable. It is, by contrast to the movie Dogville, which is extremely rapey, and not really for good reason. Please don't watch Dogville. If you ever think to yourself, I should watch Dogville, instead watch Perfect Blue, because it's a much better movie. I don't know what to do with these apple slices. Oh, there's someone in here now. I don't know, man. I feel like I've used every voice that comes to mind in the past 2 days. There's like a lot of characters in this game. It's actually really tough to try and pretend to voice act this one. Away, devils! You'll not find solace in here. You should ask around for a key. Okay. Yeah, I agree. Like, I'm a big fan of psychological horror, and Perfect Blue is a really good psychological horror movie. It really plays with your expectations of what a psychological horror movie is, but, and this is key to me, still ends up coming to a satisfying conclusion. Because, like, a lot of the time that I've seen movies try to do that sort of thing, they just sort of, like, delve into nonsense. Because they, like, shirk off the structure of, like, what you expect a psychological horror movie to be, and then just kind of, like, do nothing for shock value. But, like, Perfect Blue is, like, really good because it comes around to, like, a satisfying conclusion that ties everything together in a really good way. Has anyone seen Magnetic Rose? No. I haven't seen Paprika, but we talked about it recently. When I went to rent Perfect Blue from Amazon, because that seemed to be the most expedient way to watch it. And also is something I don't frequently do. Paprika was, like, suggested with it. That is also accurate. Dogville is both awful and not about dogs. Both of those statements are true. Sir's like anything. Can I have the greenhouse key? Why, I have one. Can I have it? I'm afraid I need to hold on to it in case the children get hungry. Might need a source for them to snack on. Ah! Well, I'll make you a trade then. Here's one sliced apple. I don't understand, sir. It's already prepared. It's for you. It's a snack. Why, thank you, sir. I'm afraid I cannot let you into the house without the Archdruid say so, but have this key to the greenhouse as thanks. D for domicile, most likely. No, incorrect. Yeah, exactly. Perfect Blue had, like, a point. Like, it was making a very specific statement, but approaching it from, like, a number of different angles. And it used the fact that it had different angles to tell that story from in a way to tell that story really well. This should get us in here. Stay back, Satan, or I'll bop you on your devilish nose. Hi. Americans worse than the devil. I'm gonna take this gnome, maybe. Is he alive? No! Oh, good. Wait a second. Soil thermometer. Why, yes. Can't have your soil too hot or too cold. Shivering soil is no good to anyone, and soil with a fever, well, that's all sweaty and gross. Fascinating. You can have that one since you like it so much. Cool. What happened to the sun? That's what we're looking into. Well, I might have a lead for you there. Really? Brilliant. Another extremely common American saying. Normally it's up in the sky at this time of day. When I lose something, I check the last place I remember having it. So you think we should check the sky? Magnetic Rose is cool, but really short. It's more like an indie art piece than a movie. Maybe something along the lines of, like, what was that called? The Animatrix? It's one part of it. Oh, yeah, that sounds like the Animatrix. One part of a series of shorts made by different animators. Because the Animatrix was... I don't know, were they all animated, all the things in the Animatrix? I remember being really excited about the Animatrix, and I honestly think I was too young to appreciate whatever it was doing. Like, I think I own it on DVD somewhere in the world. Probably in my parents' shed of all the things I've made them carry around their entire lives. But I don't remember very much about it specifically. I do. I have a ladder out back if you need to get up there. Shall I go get it, Detective? Would you believe I used that plant to fight off a horde of zombies once? Careful now, that's Stankfoot. Pungent root if ever there was one. And there was. Plenty of them. Tell you what, I heard it through the grapevine that you Americans like souvenirs. Why don't you take some of that home with you? I say home. I mean, really as far as customs. Thanks. Just don't get it near that flame of yours or it'll stink up the place. Sun's gone out. Not too good for the plants, you know, not having sunlight. They need things to survive, you know. Plants have the same 3 basic needs as humans. Sunlight, water, and reggae. I feel like that's a puzzle solution waiting to happen. Does watering cane get much use with all the rain? No, I use it as a footbath and a toilet when it's raining too much to run inside. Hopefully not both on the same day. Why do they call you Tiny Hands? I'd be able to count on my tiny hands, you see. Yes, they look the same size as your hands. But I wear big gloves. Me, they're big gloves, but you just call them gloves. Just one of the ways the world is different from micro-handies. Nice flower bed. What other kind of things you grow? We grow it all. Edibles, combustibles, dirigibles. I have the lot. What about an ant? Oh, yes, there's one of them sleeping about the place somewhere. Chuck the plant? Hey, Chuck the plant! It's a Maniac Mansion. Isn't there animated Aeon Flux shorts? I think that's true. You did mention it. Now that you mentioned mentioning it, I maybe remember you mentioning it, Cotillion. Of course I have. This isn't a baby's first garden. Surely not a spaghetti tree. You can't move for the spaghetti trees in here. It's all pasta and sauce down those aisles. Awful mess. I mean, I got some weird stuff. Yeah, I know. Can I, like, torch the coal chute? I'd make a pig's ear out of that. Hi, Ice Bunny. Welcome to the stream. Also, how is it that we used up our entire knife cutting that apple, huh? That seems insane. That doesn't seem like a good use of those resources. I don't know what to do with any of the weird things that I own. Don't be acting the maggot with that carry-on. Listen. I am a fan of fiction. I am a friend to fiction. I am willing to suspend my disbelief. This man is not American. This is not an American thing to say at all. It's so un-American, I'm like not even totally sure it's technically English. It seems so divorced, it feels like it could technically be like Gaelic or something. I mean, we are currently in Ireland. Weird that I can't interact with the bucket, like, specifically. Looks like there's something in there. I can't reach and the gate is locked. I have to pick the lock. I mean, I don't think I'm doing that with a thermometer, but I've done some weird stuff in this game. I should be able to pick the lock with this. Should I? I'm glad I tried, I guess. Neko agrees. As a resident of the UK, also not sure that's English. I'm glad it's not just me. Let's see what's in there. Ooh, spooky O's, part of a balanced breakfast. It's 3 of the letter O with apostrophes after them. No, those are hooks. That's odd. Received 3 punctuated... Oh, no. Even though those did not appear to be rendered, there are somehow floating punctuations. These barrels have been used to store the ice, I guess. Somebody must have taken it all. All that's here now is water. Can I, like, dilute my stink juice into them? If I say it again, will you make the weird maggot comment? Yeah, I can see how it's a pun, Sarah, but it's still not English is the problem. Can you do anything with, like, the chains? Is this the creepiest thing we've ever come across? Top 5 for sure. This is some man cave. I'm not sure this is what people mean when they say man cave. Why not? It's a cave. We're men. Language isn't that complicated. Now you say that, but don't be a maggot with all that carry-on, is what I'm saying to you in response to that. Well, right, he's like, stop carrying on, but also with maggots. But, like, no one says that. What is Dooley wearing? So, the joke is that when we were given this mission at the end of the last case, we were told it was a coming-of-age ceremony, and his invitation got lost in the mail, like, decades ago. And so when we finally showed up, they're like, time to put on that ceremonial robe for your coming-of-age ceremony. And it doesn't fit him because it's for when he was like 12 or something. I don't know what to do with these parts of a balanced breakfast. about your stick. It's no stick, boy. It's an ancient and all-important shillelagh, held by the family leader from days of yore. It passed down as a sign of wisdom, duty, and right only to those who've proven themselves many times over. Well, my legends tell that the shillelagh can be traced back to the landing of the old gods on the shores of the mystical wee Ireland. Indeed, some say it's a splinter from the mighty Dag's Lorg Mor. The Dagda is a powerful god, and Lorg Mor is his magical war club for you American boys. Anyway, what of it? Oh gosh, I'm really sorry, but I set it on fire. You can see it right now. I'm holding it. Don't worry, I have a load of spares. Spares? What, do you think you're the first one to set on an ancient and powerful stick on fire? Go now away and solve the mystery. I don't have spare sunstones. Aight. I mean, you're not wrong. He pulls it off. Actually, you know what it does look a little bit like? It actually looks a little bit like Captain Kirk's uniform from original series Star Trek. The, like, green with gold trim. I'm just gonna ask the butler about this. Punctuated O's? Oh dear, you need to show them to the Archdruid. Oh, okay. Guess I should have showed them to the Archdruid. I kind of thought it'd be a dialogue option, but again, this game likes to skirt the line between dialogue trees and not dialogue trees. Here's some O's! What's this? Can't be. Those O's, those apostrophes. Some old Dooleys must have snuck in, disguised as Dooleys, and stolen the Sunstone while we were distracted. Those fiends. Scoundrels. Jackines, the lot of them. Pure gobs they are. Black and tans, every last one. They're bad, is what I'm saying. Bad news. If they're involved, we have a problem. You have to catch them, you hear? I'll whistle on the wind so that the butler knows to let you inside the house. That's where that was leading? Oh, okay. Would sirs like anything? Did any old Dooleys enter the house? If they did, they must have done it before the ceremonies. I've not let a soul in or out since. Not a soul, you hear? Did no Dooley get in on my watch? No, not a soul. What about a ghost? Did a ghost get in on my watch? Not a soul, I said. Okay. I'm gonna go in now. This is some place, detective. Some place filled with 3 thieves. Let's find them. I might go so far as to say that this would be that pivot point I was talking about. We solved most, if not all, of the outdoor puzzles to gain access inside, now with the goal of stopping 3 thieves who probably each have their own miniature adventure game puzzle. So, even though I'd probably like to play a little bit longer, I think in terms of, like, picking this up next week, it makes sense to stop here. It's tough. These cases are definitely longer than I expected, and I'm actually not sure if I talked about this earlier, but I'm starting to suspect that the original estimate of the length of this game did not account for the 3 bonus cases being added. So it could be that we're not even a little bit close to maybe being able to finish this game by Halloween, possibly. Maybe. So this is a bridge that we will cross next weekend. With Halloween coming up, it's possible that this will just be what we do for Halloween. How do people feel about that? I mean, we've managed to complete 1.5 cases today, so maybe we can make a little bit of progress by then. Let's do a manual save is what we should do. Manual save. Manuel save, if you will. Yeah, sure, yeah. Okay, we're into it. I kind of got a mixed feel. So, like, I've been trying to gauge what people were most excited for Halloween for a while now. And I've kind of gotten, like, if I suggested anything, people were like, yes! Which didn't really help me plan a schedule for October. But the longer I've played this, the more I've seen people express that they're excited about this. So that's fine. That's okay. I can work with that. We could just play, like, we'll see if we can finish this by Halloween. But I'm fine with just, like, playing this. I mean, maybe this will be a way to do, like, an extra long Halloween stream. So, just to be clear, The Halloween stream would probably be next Sunday rather than on Halloween because it's like smack middle of the week and that just sounds really hard the way life's been going for me. Just care about us fitting Fran Bow in somewhere. I mean, I don't know if that's possible because I think that's a 2-stream game. I think. So that's tricky. Spider has eyebrows. No, it doesn't, but I got you so good because I did that deliberately. Yeah. Since people are already beholding the couch. Observe, it is filled with all these many various and sundry stuffed animals. These are my friends. I hope you like them. They like you. Somewhere in this assortment of things, a Squirtle might be hidden, and if you are able to locate it by indicating another friend that Squirtle might be hiding under or behind, etc., then you might locate a secret Squirtle, which would of course be an omen of good luck for you in the coming days. However, you may wish to note that if you can see a Squirtle, like these fellas, they're not a secret because they're just hanging out. They're right there. Suggestion would be to go until 10 tonight. Well, let me ask you this, Cotillion, keeper of the walkthrough. How would you compare the amount of walkthrough that's left in this case to the amount of walkthrough that's been completed in the third case? Because if it could be completed by 10, I might push. If it's significantly longer, which I feel like it would be, I don't think that makes as much sense. I mean, I've been gotten by the 20 minutes left multiple times, not just the last one, the evolution. I don't think you were around for it, but like there was a time when I was like trying to stream through the Uncharted games because I'd never played them before, and I got to the end of 2, and someone in chat was like, "You're like 15 minutes from the end of the game," and it took like 2.5 hours or something. It took like a really long time. But like it's not so much about maximizing time as like making sure that there's a reasonable place to pick up. Because this game is a little esoteric in its logic as it is. Considering that we've just been introduced to a bunch of new environments, I don't think I want to like explore them and then like forget some nuance and then get stuck on a puzzle because I forgot a thing in a week. That's what I'm going for. But I appreciate the weighing in on that. 2 was the tree thing. Yeah, I don't remember all the specifics, but I think you like go down in a cave and there's a big tree. The main thing I remember is that like the boss just like fires grenades at you or something. Because I remember being like insanely perplexed. Like, how am I supposed to fight this guy? He just like shoots infinite grenades at you. He was so easy. I think the problem I encountered was like, A, I'm not very good at video games, and B, it was the end of what had become like a 4.5-hour stream by the time I fought him, and I was just like fried. I don't think it actually took me like a crazy long amount of time, but I think I remember him being difficult because the circumstances made it like a pretty bad time to try and do that. Let me gather these guesses, shall I? So let's see. So let's see. Behind new boo friend, ghost friend, inside spider friend. Your shirt is a relatable move. Oh, I love this shirt. So I don't know if you missed the story over various weeks. I did recount it earlier, but when I went to visit friends, including Cotillion in chat in Boston, we did this sort of like physical challenge group activity thing, and I got really invested in one of them to the point that I managed to like destroy my previous shirt. I can even show you because I think I have it handy. Trying to find the spot now. It was very apparent while wearing it where the damage was. Because I could just, like, feel the holes in the shirt. Oh, yeah, they're down low. They're probably not going to read very well on camera. But here's the old one. And yeah, there's like a bunch of tears at the bottom. They're like kind of small, but like you wouldn't want to wear like a partially torn shirt out of the house. But yeah, this is the replacement, which is important to me because I really like this shirt. The old one is a shirt that I wore on like special occasions of just like anytime I was like, what's a fun shirt to wear? I'd almost always gravitate towards this because I really like this. What I appreciate about this is because it's Eeyore, you can wear this shirt sincerely or ironically, and it still kind of applies. Rainy days are your favorite. Yeah, man, rainy days are good. Okay, any other guesses before we take a look at the couch? That you think the I don't remember if you had said that at the time that you thought that same room was the one that triggered your elbow. Wait, it's only just reduced the swelling? That was like the start of September, Cotillion. Holy crap. But like I can't explain to you what it was that would have caused both of those things or what. I don't know. I don't know, man. That's a weird cursed room. Let's go take a look. So. Oh, we got the spider. So. I think Neko already figured it out, but, this little Drifloon was sitting on top of the spider, and I realized once I sat it there that if I positioned it the right way, it could make eyebrows. I thought that'd be fun. I'm glad everyone noticed that. Inside spider. Hold on. This is gonna be a challenge. Is the entire Banana Man, because there's a lot of space in there. A few people had guessed our new ghost, who's very good. Our ghost is hiding an entire large Power Ranger through some cheeky camera optics. I feel like those were the two guesses that I noticed. Did I miss any others that we should check? Spider friend. Yeah. Is the ghost disguise removable? It isn't. Much like our friend Candy Corn Bat, it is fused onto our friend. I know, the face is so cute. Like, the face on it is so friendly. I like, it has... there's something that really tickles me about a ghost that's so excited for Halloween that they dress up in a cute costume. Like, I can't really explain why conceptually this makes me so happy, but it's just like... My mom just, like, got this for me, and she's like, I don't know if you'd like it, but I thought it was cute. I'm like, it's adorable! And then, like, I had it around my apartment, like, waiting to put it on the couch, and every time I looked at it, I'm like, it's somehow cuter than the last time I looked at it! And look, she's even got, like, a little ghost... She's got a little tail to go with her costume. Ooh! It's a very good ghost. But no, unfortunately, the disguise, or the costume is not removable. Although, frankly, I don't know that I need that. I really don't. Yeah, like, just serious, like, I know that sounds silly, but, like, the longer I've had this, the more I like it. Like, she's so good. And I love that she's got, like, a little skirt to make her into a ghost. I don't know, she's so good. She's very, very good. And yes, to answer your question, I can tell you that was the laser room. The sneaking laser room was the one that destroyed the Eeyore shirt. But let's go find those Squirtles, shall we? And no, I didn't misspeak because behind our giraffe cat, there's a Squirtle. And behind our candy corn, there's a Squirtle. But why am I showing you all that? I don't know. Might be good to know. Anyway, I have all these cute dress-up friends. Do you love them? I love them. You're on a secret agent mission. So, like, it was this particular challenge in question was, like, there was a room with, like, infrared lasers that if you tripped them, you would lose, like, time off a clock, and you had to, like, get all of the people in your group to the other side of a hallway before the clock ran out. And I got really excited about it because it was, like, one of the first things we had done all day that I thought I'd be any good at. So, like, I went really hard on it, was crawling, like, super close to the ground, and, like, I think the floor was, like, a little rough textured, and that was enough to tear the shirt. But, like, yeah, I was just, like, I was going ham on that. Like, I was trying really hard to, like, get through that. I think I did a pretty good job. I think Cotillion's overstating it, because I did, at the end up, like, losing a decent amount of time. I got through most of the room without any issue. And I think I did it pretty quick, but I did trip one of the wires pretty close to the end. You did a pretty good job at it too, Cotillion. I mean, the problem you had is that since you went last, you had, like, the absolute least amount of time to do it. So, like, that's, like, way harder and more stressful. Like, I had the benefit of, like, going first, and so, like, everyone kind of waited for me to do it because we didn't know if everyone had to do it or what the parameters were, because they don't always give you clear rules at this place. So I went first, and then it was like, okay! And then we're like, oh, we all have to do it. And then, like, everyone tried to hurry after, but, like, I'd used up a bunch of time trying to do it. That's why the protagonist always removes their shirt in movies to protect it from small tears. Yeah, exactly. I think Rambo's very concerned about getting small tears in his shirts, because then he can't go out in them. I think that's a big problem. Anyway, yeah, I didn't go into, like, necessarily a ton of specific detail about that place, which was called... That place was called, like, Level 99, right? Cotillion? I think that's what it was called. It was pretty fun. Like, there were a lot of challenges there that I was not any good at. I did actually beat Tech in a physical challenge, which I was shocked by. And I was really pleased with myself over that. But, yeah, I don't know. There's not too many stories, I think, worth telling from that place, but, there was also this, one of the first things we did was this, like, this walkway just sort of out in the middle of an open area, and it had these, like, big foam, axes, just like a row of, like, big hanging axes. And when you, like, scan your wristband on it, they started swinging, and it was supposed to be, like... I mean, I compared it to that thing in the end of Galaxy Quest when they're like, oh, let's go push the button to, like, activate the thing to save the day. And they're like, oh, it's like a show-accurate replica of the TV show, and it just is a bunch of pistons and stuff that'll kill you for no reason. But, like, it was just big foam axes swinging around. And, a few of us tried it, and I think I did, like, reasonably well at that. And, like, Tech for some reason was really struggling with it. But, our mutual friend, Nick, they scanned their band on it and sort of observed the axis swing for a second. And then just, like, really calmly walked down the walkway and kind of just let every axe hit them. And, like, apparently the game doesn't end unless you, like, fall off doing that. So, like, they just sort of let all of the axes, like, bonk into them. And then just casually walk to the other side and hit the like, button to stop the clock. And we're all like, what? How does that work? And they're just like, I don't know. You didn't think to try it. And we're like, That was really fun. But yeah, this place is pretty cool. Actually, I know that company, Five Wits Haggis. They had made a different thing in Boston. To my knowledge, they're not associated with Level 99, but they might be. But Five Wits is the company that made this thing called Tomb, which was like an escape room before escape rooms existed in Boston, that I, like, once won a free pass to at some, like, start of year college fair thing. And, it was pretty busted. Like, it didn't quite work properly, but it was a lot of fun to do. Foam axes sound fun. Yeah, I mean, there were a good number of those challenges that were fun, whether or not they were hard. There were some that were hard and, like, weren't fun, and we usually, like, tried those, figured out how bad they were, and we're like, oh, let's go somewhere else. But generally, it was a good time there. I don't remember how much it cost to get in. It was neither crazy cheap nor crazy expensive, but like it's worth checking out if you're in Boston. That place was fun. The worst part about it was probably trying to explain it to all the people when we went to the Glass Cannon podcast taping, because they're like, "Oh, cool, what you doing in Boston?" And then we tried to explain. It's kind of like an escape room, but it's not in almost any way. But it's fun, but it's really hard to explain. And I'm sort of like, all right. They have Tomb, Deep Space, and Castle. Wait, they still have Tomb? Because the one in Boston closed ages ago. That's all. I'm glad that's still around. That's great. And I'm glad that they have other ones. I'm big into stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, you've probably heard me talk about doing escape rooms in, like, Vegas and stuff for my birthday. This year we went to the really cool one that I probably talked a little bit about, the submarine one. That was really good. Tell you what, remind me next week and I'll talk to you more about the submarine one, because that's pretty cool. I mean, it'll be spoilers, but if you want spoilers for a really cool escape room in Vegas, which you may not ever visit, because they do like to rotate those over time, I'll tell you about it. But I should probably get going. Thanks everybody for watching. I'm glad people are enjoying this. I have been enjoying this game a lot more after the first case, as Haggis indicated. I'm glad that's true. Because I was really excited to play this game, and I'm glad people are excited to see this game, but I was a little wary after that first one. It's a bit rough around the edges. But thanks everybody for watching. Thank you for being here. Thanks for being you, and I hope to see you again soon. I'm still holding all these animals. And, well, since it's Saturday, have a great week or great time until I see you next. Take care of yourselves, and remember that you are colossal.